11:55, almost midnight, enough time for one more story. 100 years ago in April of 1993, out in the waters around Walkie-Squawky Point, a small cargo ship drew toward land. Suddenly, out of the night, the rot rolled in. For a moment, they could see nothing, not a foot in front of them. Then they saw a light. By God, it was a laser light beaming on the shore, strong enough to penetrate the speckling snow. They steered a course toward the light, but it was the beam from an open LaserDisc player, like this one. The ship crashed against the rocks, the hull sheared in two, the mast snapped like an M-holder. The wreckage sank with all the men aboard and 1,000 crates of brand new Image Entertainment LaserDiscs. At the bottom of the sea lay the Pioneer Pam with her crew and their silvery horde. And above, as suddenly as it came, the rot lifted, receded back across the ocean, and never came again. But it is told by the video enthusiasts and their fathers and grandfathers that when the rot returns to Carson City, the men at the bottom of the sea, out in the water by Walkie-Squawky Point, will rise up and search for the LaserDisc player that led them to their dark, analog death. Time for a side change.
LaserDisc Wolfpack.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the LaserDisc Wolfpack THX-CAV Special Limited Edition podcast. I am your host, Sam Culturedog Hatch, and I have a bunch of awesome people gathered with me this evening. Yeah, you might recognize them. They're going to introduce themselves in a moment, but first, I'm going to pass it on to the man whose mind and spirit are never going north and south. He moves in and out of thrift stores like the wind. He shakes the pillars of laser heaven with his 6-demon polypropylene bag. Ryan Cushing.
Thanks, Sam. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA, the official IPA of the Wolfpack. And with that, I'll pass it on to Luke, who's currently not paying attention to us.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Greetings from Yokosuka, Japan. I'm currently in Japan for work reasons. I'm here for 5 weeks, and I've been shopping nonstop, and it's a little overwhelming. But I'm so happy to be here, and I have 0 discs actually with me. But anyway, I'm happy to be here, and pass it off to whoever is next.
Is that Chris?
I can go next. Actually, let me go last. This time.
Buck
Sorry,
the trends.
Max, I'm taking your spot, if that's okay with you.
So be it. Maxeene the LaserDisc Queen, here for a very good topic. It's a good one.
Heck yeah.
I got the Dolby Digital.
Man, that outfit's in 5.1.
It's in 5.1.
As long as you have a demodulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's my purse.
You got a demodulator purse. Hell yeah.
I'll pass it off to Chris.
And I'm Chris Haller. And if you don't have anything to do right now, we'll be here talking John Carpenter all through the witching hour. Even if you do have something to do, keep us turned on for a while. And we'll do our best to do the same for you here on 96.5 WFPX The Pack.
Nice.
Move over, Sam. We got a new guy in town.
He does look a lot like Adrian Barbeau too. So I'm turned on. It worked. Yeah, we're going to talk John Carpenter this time. This has kind of been thrown around a bit and requested even from viewers. So if you requested it, then it's your time, man. It's your time to shine. We're going to go through the John Carpenter LaserDiscography and see what we have and what we don't have, and kind of tell you which versions are best, which ones suck, which ones to avoid, and all that sort of fun stuff. So everybody ready? If you haven't heard of John Carpenter, he is a filmmaker who is largely known for his horror films. So that means they're usually expensive on Laserdisc, but he's part and parcel of the USC film school alumni, and him and everybody and their mother came out of it. It seems like if you went to USC in the 60s and 70s, like you could just like fart out anything and you'd turn into a George Lucas. But yeah, I mean, he was hanging out with a bunch of dudes and made a bunch of cheesy fly by the seat of your pants films, some of which are pretty damn fun, and some of which are on Laserdisc. So we'll talk about that. But sadly, a lot of his early short films didn't make it. He did one called Captain Voyeur, which is pretty interesting, and he wrote one called The Resurrection of Bronco Billy, which won an Academy Award. But they only put animated Academy Award films on Laserdisc, so womp womp. But
Academy Awards snuff a lot of things, so they didn't deserve it.
Yeah. But there was this other dude, Dan O'Bannon, that he was knocking together some ideas with, and they made a movie that was pretty legendary in my house because my dad was into 2001: A Space Odyssey, 2 into counterculture. So he was a huge fan of a film called Dark Star, which I know somebody just watched this week. Yeah, sadly, I'm just rocking this tiny Laserdisc, but yeah.
Chunk in the wash.
Thinking about your dad and what he was into, it's like, and then thinking about my dad who was into going to church and not seeing rated R movies, and
yeah, my dad and his buddies were like, yeah, this movie was made for them. It's like slackers, 2001 jokes, and and models. They loved building models and model porn and stuff like that. So this was like right up their alley. So
yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's like 2001 took a huge hit of some really strong weed. So I'm coming in hot. I watched this for the first time ever on Monday.
Yeah, so it's fresh for you. Hit us.
Hit its take.
Yeah.
Dark Star sure is a movie.
Yeah.
It's incredibly ambitious for a student movie. It's got a lot of neat effects for, like, they basically had, I think it was $100,000 or maybe $10,000. It was a low amount of
60.
money.
It was low. It was under 100.
It was like super low. It's basically a glorified student movie.
Yep.
None of the people in it are professional actors. The script is very loose. Sometimes it commits too hard to a bit. There's a sequence in an elevator with an alien that just goes on forever, and then sometimes
beach ball alien.
Yeah, and then sometimes it doesn't commit enough. You can smell the ambition drips off of Dark Star.
Yeah.
And so I ended up really enjoying it. I think it is good that I saw a lot of John Carpenter movies before I watched Dark Star. If this was my first impression, I'm not sure if this would be the most solid one, but I know what he becomes, and I can see a lot of it in this movie.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a stink on it because it's at that period where all those guys were all doing editing and writing and everything like that. So it easily could have been Dan O'Bannon directing it instead of, it was like Sam Raimi's old movies. It's like,
yeah.
Whoever's like the last guy in the room is the one that directs it. Yeah.
And I will say, the music, John Carpenter music.
Yep.
Listen, you see John Carpenter in music by or score by, and you're just going to have a really good time. He's a wonderful composer. He really truly he understands the movies he's trying to make, and he's just got a good finesse. This is a weird looking Laserdisc. It's not a great transfer. It's one of those image discs from the early 90s. They stuck a whole bunch of extra footage onto the end of it, and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, because I
And-
think that's the recut Dan O'Bannon cut, and then they put the theatrical stuff that had been cut out of it at the end, I think. So Yeah.
From what I can tell, the original, I did some research.
Yeah.
The original movie was like 48 minutes long. It was a student film. And then they were like, we want to put this in theaters, put some more footage in here. So that's like where like the long beach ball alien bit comes from. And then they added even more footage for like a theatrical release. And that footage is nothing. And it's really funny because the LaserDisc says, this footage doesn't impact storytelling at all. It's just filler. And I'm like, sure is. Good start for a long career of one of America's most legendary filmmakers, though.
So I have that disc back at home, and I watched it. Trevor gave that to me a while ago. He's like, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. And I hate it. It's the only thing I remember about is that elevator scene. That's the only thing I really remember. I just like, yeah, oh my God, what is going on with this?
all right.
Yeah.
They
you got,
really
Max?
lean into that.
I saw this at the New Bev in 35
Oh, nice.
millimeter, and that
Good
was
deal.
my first impression of it, was seeing it in 35 millimeter. It was rad. It was literally a double feature of The Thing and Dark Star, and Dark Star.
Oh, wow,
was
okay.
showing. So, I mean, I died. I loved it. I was laughing the entire time. I thought it was ridiculous. It's just my cup of tea. The idea that they're futuristic 8-track player cartridge video monologues, like I
Yep.
was just like screaming, laughing at that. That was so stupid to me because I love 8-track tapes, collect 8-track tapes.
Oh yeah.
Seeing them be trying to be like ultra modern futuristic cartridge, just like they're doing a monologue video log of themselves, like talking about. I just like, oh my God, that made me laugh so hard.
So
And
good.
then-
I love the cockpit where they're all just crammed in
And
there.
then, like they just all just always sticking there.
And the one guy just doesn't want to come down because kind of the core crux of this is their captain died.
yeah.
And that's kind of why it's so loose. It's basically these guys are like,
They're they're very ill prepared
Yeah.
the
for
boss is
what they're
gone,
doing, you know.
and
But, I mean,
I
yeah,
think
the-
I should be the boss.
Yeah.
But maybe this other guy is the boss.
The sentient
It's-
bomb is great. It's so many fun.
There's just so many I love this one. This is my humor. This is just like
Yeah.
stupid and totally agree with the slacker thing.
Yeah.
But I love campy, I love space, I love 8-tracks. It stole my heart the second I saw it. I
Good
bought
combo.
this exact copy like on eBay while I was still sitting in the theater waiting for the thing to start. That's
Oh,
how
that's awesome.
I was literally like, I need this. I don't have it. I'm getting it. Like,
What about Ryan? What do you think? Dark Star.
There are times that it just drags, and then there are other times you're just like laughing. And I feel like if they'd have just had the like clean cut on LaserDisc, it would be even better than. But yeah, if it, don't go into this expecting it to just be like, you know, funny the whole 70 minutes. Did it get 70 minutes on the LaserDisc?
It's 68 with another like 13 additional minutes
Yeah.
after the movie
Yeah.
ends.
The Blu-ray is 83. So there you go.
Oh,
I thankfully
no.
hit like the end of the movie and hit stop. So you guys talking about the additional 13 minutes, I didn't know about it. I'm better for it.
Ryan, I watched it. There's nothing there.
See, like I said, I'm better for it. I got 13 minutes.
There's
Just got to
literally
get into the theaters. So
yeah.
there's
make it
literally
longer.
a slide on the disc that says the following means nothing. They made it intentionally to not disrupt the actual story. And I watched it. And I was like, oh, it's over. The disc is moving.
Good times. But yeah, so definitely know what you're getting into.
It's wacky.
It's
Yeah.
a strong start. It's an unrefined
Yeah.
gem.
Yeah.
I would say.
And it doesn't have that like extreme long shot Panavision John Carpenter, you know, aesthetic going yet or anything like that. But
No.
we'll be getting into that soon enough. But shortly after that, damn, he just dropped an exploitation classic in 1976. Did the music again, which rocks. And yeah, I think you also watched Assault on Precinct 13 this week, right, Chris?
Oh, I sure did. I don't have a laser disc of it, but I have
Oh,
lots
I
to
have
say.
one for you.
Which is a nice special edition.
Good
Oh,
one.
yeah. It's,
I have
it's
one
what,
of-
97, 98, somewhere right in there.
Yeah, so it was good. They dropped that in LD and DVD around the same time. So like it has special
Smokes.
features and yeah, that movie kicks ass.
Oh, that's great. It's LA.
Yeah.
Assault on Precinct 13 is all killer, no filler.
It fucks hard.
It's
It
like
does.
it's like
yeah.
it almost teeters on so underexplained,
Mhm.
but it's brilliant. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. So I watched it the other day.
Nice.
So I love it. Okay. First off,
yeah.
there's going to be a few movies that I don't care for,
And then we're
there's
just gonna scream and
Ooh.
because,
I already
oh,
scream anyways.
you can have differing opinions.
Yeah. Mirror, mirror.
But then there's
Everything
some
but
that I
Carpenter.
legit love, and Assault on Precinct 13 is great. So this movie has always been to me, and I think other people agreed. This is a zombie movie. This is his take on a zombie movie, but like in an actual reality. The bad guys or the gang members, they don't really talk. They are of all different races. That's another thing about this movie. It really plays with race a lot. Like the cop is a black guy. The death row guy is a white guy. I'm like, okay, this is great. I love it. I kind of wanted to watch the remake, but then I saw they flipped the races again. They made the guy on death row black, and I was like, no, I don't want to see this shit.
Remake's not bad. It's like kind of a
It's-
gritty Joe Carnahan style thing. It's not bad for what it is.
It's a fine movie. If you catch
Yeah.
it for like 99 cents on HD DVD like I did, it's great.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, this thing is just it's just these gang members are so like they're zombies. They're just terrifying, and they just kind of cruising around like sharks.
One scene where they just got the gun out the window, just kind of picking people to shoot.
Dude, the scene with the ice cream truck is just like, I don't like how jaded you are. If you see that movie now, you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That
So go ahead.
No, that scene as a movie watcher, if you see that scene and where that kid gets shot, you're like, oh, all rules are out the window. Okay. I understand now.
Yeah.
It goes so far past anything. Like, these guys are crazy. They're just like pointing guns at people, but the movie spends so much time just doing nothing with it, and just like you're just waiting for something to happen. And when you get the ice cream truck, you don't think it's gonna be the damn kid.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I was expressing my shock and surprise at how just brutal the filmmaking of that sequence was. And Sam was apt enough to call it the shot heard round the world.
Hell yeah.
Because then the girl's father chases the guy down, shoots him, and then runs into precinct. I think it says precinct station 14, but it's precinct 13.
Yeah, it does say 14, doesn't it?
Yeah, so the gimmick is this guy is stuck at this precinct that's shutting down for good, and it's going to be this boring graveyard shift where nothing happens until there's a siege.
And it's a siege by, and I can't take credit for this, but somebody described them to me as the multicultural psycho gang.
Nice. Yeah, they're all banded together because they hate the cops so much. So that's great. So Max, this is like Los Angelino. Do you know all the locations? Did you go?
My gosh, a lot of things are like it like stuff looks familiar, but I don't know if I know exact areas of things. But yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, plus this is 70s, so
yeah, I know. And they've done so much with LA, like especially like in the early 2000s, they changed so many streets. Like it's hard to say. But I always want to go around and drive to places where you can, have a definitive place where you're like, this is it,
Yeah, hell yeah.
I love that.
One thing I didn't have a problem with was the guy who had the dad. He comes in and just like is show in shock, and he doesn't speak for the entire movie. I don't know how in shock you have to be to he just sitting in the corner the whole movie. That's it.
Comatose basically.
I did love the female. Not the one that dies, of course, but the other one. And it reminded me of like John Carpenter female roles, just kind of these ladies who are kind of deadpan, but like very, I don't know. Like she reminded me of the lady from They Live, the girl with the blue eyes.
Meg Foster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like, and also like natural beauties, like just very natural female leads. Anyway, I thought she was great. Yeah, I wish they would kiss though. I was like, oh, they're not gonna. Oh, okay.
what's interesting is that movie is it's very abstinent. It's very like there's a lot of like male aggression, but there's no sexual tension in any of that movie.
Just between Austin Stoker and Darwin Jostin, man.
Loose.
Those guys are bros till the end.
That's a loose read. But I think that this movie's
It'd be my honor
characterized.
to walk out of here with you.
Exactly.
Agreed.
You can grab
really
my tail anytime.
We never do find out why how he got the name Napoleon, though, right? He never says it.
Yeah.
He says he'll tell him some other time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one line where he says, "Oh, I'll tell you on my deathbed," and then he says it again. He's like, "I'll tell you in a few minutes."
Yeah.
And that's the first of the Carpenter cool names, like the Snake Plissken or the what's the name of Ice Cube's character in Ghost of Mars? Like Desolation Jones or whatever like that. Desolation Williams, was it? I think so. Yeah.
Anyways, the movie's just a lean, mean machine. It demonstrates Carpenter's great eye for camera work. There's a lot of just smooth, clear.
Yeah, you got to have it in letterbox. Like, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, if you watch this in pan and scan, you're not invited to my house ever.
Just those great one-liners. That's where those.
It's like the lead.
Like the one I just said. Those quirky little one-liners that he does all the time. Napoleon was just saying them left and right.
Yeah, the leap from Dark Star, with all of its rough edges, to the lean meanness of Assault on Precinct 13. It's like he's making movies on a different planet. This is where John Carpenter begins.
Yeah, that's right. It's got his thumbprint for sure.
This is him distilled, and it leads into.
Anybody got a smoke? Anybody got a smoke?
Yeah. So then there was he was writing a lot of stuff, like a lot of scripts ended up getting used later, and did some TV stuff eventually. But his big next thing, which everybody has a copy of, I'm sure, it's 1978's Halloween, which a lot of people have multiple copies of this one. Oh yeah, Max has got the old the media one.
I can't afford Halloween. The market is insane for Halloween LaserDiscs these days.
I foolishly sold the CLV version too, but I had them both.
I know, I did too. I got rid of this CLV.
5 years ago, you're like, oh, who needs a Halloween CLV? Like, I'll get another copy so easily.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to yell at me about? You want to hear the story of how I finally watched Halloween in 2018?
No,
2018. Okay.
Wait.
Look at that beauty. Look at that.
Oh, Ryan, do you have the
Halloween or this Halloween?
What about the one with Tim going down the stairs?
The stairs is the sickest art, period.
Yeah.
I don't have it though.
No.
So, as I've expressed before on this podcast, not into horror movies.
Yeah. So this is perfect for you.
Like a chump.
I'm willing to just put chump over my box for the rest of the podcast. I can live with it.
I can do that.
So a couple of friends of mine were like, there's this new Halloween movie. We got tickets. You're coming. And I was just like, I have no interest in this. They're like, too bad. Shut the fuck up. You're coming. And so I had like 8 hours. So I literally drove to Target. Lionsgate had just reissued the Blu-ray of Halloween. And so I got the 4K Blu-ray and I went home. And I watched it not because I was interested, but because someone had forced my hand.
Peer pressured into it.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Friend.
They were right.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This is such a good movie.
Real quick, one more thing. The new Halloween movie had the kid die at the very beginning. Like the first kill is a kid, and I feel like that was a
Spoiler
throwback to
alert.
13.
If you haven't seen it by now, like, come on.
Anyway, it went back to the assault in 13. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, just like the only thing I have to say is like I watch Halloween and I am like yelling. It's so good. It's like this is incredible. This is the same craftsmanship applied to Assault on Precinct 13, but set in a small suburban town with a serial killer.
Yep.
And I yell every time. That final sequence of shots is just so incredible.
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
And then I saw the 2018 Halloween and I was kind of like,
oh.
That's how I feel right now listening.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it for the first time on VHS when it first came out on VHS. My dad was working at a video store. So I was a baby Tarantino, and he came home with a stack of tapes and then went out and then left his girlfriend to be in charge of me. And then she put tapes in and would leave the room. And it was The Rose and Halloween. And they both scared the shit out of me. So, yeah, my mind's never been. I watched most of the movie through my hands. I was, I don't know, not even 10.
Wow.
It's probably 8 or 9 when I saw this thing. Yeah. So
Exorcist.
yeah. So I've never been the same ever since. This movie is a fan. But there was like a killer period where between like that and maybe the early 90s where I never saw it. It was never really on cable a lot for some reason. And then all my friends in college wanted to start watching it. I was like, oh. So now it's like, I don't know. It's like a family movie. I have to watch it every year, like for sure. So never gets old.
And there's a lot of really good inventive use of the Steadicam in Halloween.
Yeah, Dean Cundey, cinematographer, crushing it. I mean, that opening Steadicam shot is and
then the final Steadicam shots, the final swooping moving camera. Again, it's like Assault on Precinct 13, that it's all killer, no filler, and it's a beautiful movie.
How about that score?
The television inserts, if you know the codes to program your player.
This is the one that has the different television scenes that you can program in and watch them.
Yeah, but they're on like every single disc. Like,
at
the end, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, Criterion would do that. They did it with Close Encounters too. So it's like if you just watch the disc straight through, it's like, oh, there's just a scene at the end of the disc. Like, okay, it's kind of weird, but yeah,
just weird. But I mean, I get it, but also it's really awkward at times, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice pressing though.
Oh yeah,
so
beautiful.
I would like to get that Japanese one with him coming down the stairs. I'll have to do an overlay of that because it's pretty sick. But
shirt I have is this image on the front.
Oh,
this
nice.
On the back.
Yeah, that's the one that's on the Japanese disc. Him at the top of the stair.
Yeah, it's this on the back, and it says Halloween on the front with the Laurie full size on the shirt.
Hell yeah! So many great quotes in here too. Like all the teen dialogue is just like so my bag. I like quote PJ Souls all the time. Totally.
Sorry guys, I'm never gonna own Halloween on Laserdisc. $80 on eBay. $60. I'm gonna take out a bank loan.
Speed kills.
And,
I mean,
the best scene is the Michael Myers with the sheet over with the glasses, right? Like he's pretending to.
It's pretty iconic to be Bob.
Yeah, this is the television version, by the way, like straight through, like it's fully edited, but like
that disc is just the television.
Yeah, so like if you're looking to just like pick up something cool, this is straight up television version. So
cool.
That's pretty cool. So there you go.
So
Halloween.
were there in the slasher genre, was this the first one, or is there had to be ones before this? Or
there was like
early on?
Psycho movies, like Psycho and things.
Mario
like
Bava's Bay of Blood, and then this was pretty highly influenced by Black Christmas. So
okay, yeah.
So I mean, it spawned that wave for sure.
But Black Christmas doesn't have you don't know who the killer is, right? Like this is like, hey, here's the killer. He is the star of this movie.
I know, right? You're just introduced to him like immediately. You're like, oh, there's no, it doesn't have that usual whodunit kind of thing. You're like, ooh, who is it? It's like, you know who the fuck it is. And he's coming out. That's the other thing that's so great about it. Just the inevitability of it. I love those movies where someone's just like haunted by some shit and they're just worried it's going to happen. And you know damn well it's going to happen. And they're just like, this Lord of Illusions has that a lot too. And it's just like, what's going to happen when this dude finally comes home? And only Donald Pleasance is paying attention to anything.
Donald Pleasance, what a pleasant man.
I love how pissed off he is.
His first Carpenter appearance of many.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, he's in Escape from New York. I don't know if he's in. What else is he in? Other Carpenter movies?
He did some voice.
He's in Prince of Darkness.
Okay.
I
mean, the only reason I know him is because he's in a Bond movie, right? Sam. He's
you only live twice. Yep.
I only watch movies that have Bond connections.
Hell yeah. Smart. But yeah, so anyway, so definitely there's a lot of LaserDisc copies of this. You can go for the vintage Max one over there. So that's probably not that cheap either, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen one come up in a long time.
That's a power noob staple.
Okay. Yeah. None of the Halloween pressings are cheap. None of them. Not one.
I would say about 5 years ago I got that, and somebody was just like, "Oh, it's crap. Here, you can have it." That kind of thing.
Wow.
It's not a good pressing, but
Yeah.
that's
But
how
that's
people
sometimes
remember
you got to watch a movie like Halloween in a bad, crappy pressing. Sometimes you need to.
No.
Oh, I have a point to make with that coming up.
Yeah, I mean, he again super wide. So again, it doesn't always work fantastic on Laserdisc. Like those station wagons, the chrome trim like tends to alias a little bit because it's so fucking wide, so much detail in those shots.
He shoots
so
wide.
Yeah. So
I watched a lot of these in HD, and they really it made for like a nice OLED television.
Hell yeah.
This is a LaserDisc podcast, however, so I won't mention
Anyways,
it too much.
But get the criteria. It's a smoking disc.
Yeah, get it.
You are going to get the 2 disc or the single disc?
Oh,
I mean, if you can get either at this point, go for it.
some of us have
they're
both,
out
right,
there.
Luke?
What?
Some of us have both, right, Luke?
Yes, you damn right. You got it right.
I had them right. I had them both. So then I was just like, man,
I know.
whatever.
I don't need 2.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'm like, I don't need 3. I had the media. I'm like, why do we need 3?
We need to get in
To
a
be
phone
honest, you
booth and go
don't.
back in
Come
time
on.
and tell ourselves to hoard our discs.
Get rid of that.
Anyway, so yeah, Carpenter was doing sadly, a lot of his TV stuff didn't hit Laserdisc. Zuma Beach with Suzanne Summers didn't hit Laserdisc. Someone's Watching Me is actually really good. It's on Blu-ray, but it's not on Laserdisc. Also has Adrienne Barbeau in it. And Elvis with Kurt Russell, which is kind of the start of the big Kurt Russell thing. And then something called Better Late Than Never, which I don't think is on either. But we get back into cinemas with a little film called El Fog that I know Howler's a big fan of as well. But
man, The Fog might be the best John Carpenter movie watching experience. It's so chill. It's like such a relaxing, leisurely paced movie. Sure, a couple of people get mauled by some vengeful ghosts,
but it's all mood.
It's all mood.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that the movie was made that way after he did Halloween, where it's like tense and terrifying and brisk. And this one's just like, we're just gonna shatter all the windows of a man's car, and then he's gonna leisurely take his the woman he's picked up back to his house and sleep the night, and in the morning just be like, hey, what's happening? And they're like, I don't know. Why don't you drink some coffee, put your
Tom
feet
Atkins, baby. Tom Atkins is the man.
Yeah, just
he fucks.
He does.
He actually fucks.
Oh, he sure does.
Jamie Lee Curtis meets
is-
Tom Atkins, and
Which is so weird.
yeah, it's
but
a weird
I
mix.
think my favorite part about The Fog is just the lighthouse radio station kind of
Dude,
interstitial
so cool.
moments.
Any
you
movie
know.
with a DJ is good automatically.
With the omnipresent DJ.
I can't argue
Yep.
that. I really enjoy The Fog. I think The Fog.
Who is that? Who is that?
Oh, there's a ghost in your
Who is
house.
that
Oh
back there?
no,
Is
run.
that a boy?
Wait,
Is that a sister?
For the fog.
Are you
Where
saying
did that person go? Where did that disappear?
This is
Do
like
I
a
need
Japanese
my-
horror movie.
Do I need my sister to come back down here?
I
Ooh,
literally
yeah,
saw
obviously.
someone walk down behind you and disappear.
I really enjoy The Fog. I think The Fog.
Who is that? Who is that?
Oh, there's a ghost in your house.
Oh,
Oh, no, run.
Vengeful ghosts. She just walked upstairs to her room. I can hear her walk up the second set of
Oh,
stairs.
we didn't see that
Gone.
part though.
We didn't see it.
She walked
We
behind
saw a
your head
person
and
and then it was
disappeared.
gone.
Well, my dryer's over there, so she
okay.
did her laundry.
No, okay, cool, but she disappeared.
Yeah.
There's definitely a ghost in your house.
Yep.
Well, I gave the gold back.
Okay, yeah, the ghost pirates are coming for you, so you better be good to them.
Yeah, what a goofy premise. A bunch of ghost pirates, their boat sinks, and their gold gets stolen. Pirates of the Caribbean much? I'm sorry, Johnny Depp did it better.
Yeah.
And he had a better
30
theme
years
song,
But it was fun
Okay,
with the whole
I
like
have
guilty
some takes.
townsfolk and that sort of thing. This inherited.
Where was
yeah.
Orlando Bloom in this movie? In the
Okay, I have some
town of
takes on the fog.
Antonio
I have some
Bay?
takes on the
Yeah,
fog.
pass it
go
over to
So-
Luke.
Go ahead.
So Tom, okay, this was the first. I'm not very clear on the timeline of his movies. So this was the first Tom Atkins appearance in a Carpenter movie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So he's great. You know, I'm not going to say anything, but the fact that he picks up Jamie Lee Curtis, who is probably like 20 years younger than her, right?
Yeah.
And has the great line of, "Are you weird?" He's like, "You know, yeah, I am weird."
Yeah.
They just
so random.
It's great. It is very calm. I remember watching it. I'm like, I could live that town. That sounds pretty great.
Jamie Lee Curtis's mom is in it too, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Star of Psycho.
So yeah, her and Janet Leigh right there. Yep.
But Jamie Lee is kind of an unnecessary character. She
If they just had her in here just so they could be like star of Halloween. Yeah,
Right.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again, almost all of these characters don't really do anything to propel the plot. But this movie's all about chill vibes. Like, I want to live in Antonio Bay. That seems like just a chill place. To
what do you do for a living? I have a radio station and a lighthouse, just hanging out, playing records.
I sit there and I use sexual innuendo while introducing songs that nobody's really paying attention to at night.
The Carpenter is in the movie acting too, so that's pretty cool. He's like that handyman guy or whatever at the church. So
yeah, it's just, man, I like the fog. I'm glad that I was able to fit the fog in.
Yeah.
Okay. So I confuse this movie with The Mist a lot.
Well, yeah, we make jokes in the house all the time. It's a mist. No, it's not. It's a fog. Whatever.
Oh shit! I have another take on 13.
Ended it in.
Okay.
Dish it.
Ryan's shaking his head. That's executive order. Shut you down.
The fog, there's a scene in Assault 13 at the very end where the fog lifted off of them. Do you remember that? And they're there. I was like, how did they do that? How did they do that? All these practical effects, like non-sexy practical effects in 13 was like very impressive. The gunshot firings and all the things firing up. I was like, this is really cool. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. Keep going. And back to the fog.
So Max, did you see this in at the New Bev or anything, or just on LaserDisc?
Actually, I did see this at the New Bev. I've
Nice.
seen a lot of John Carpenter movies at the New Bev because any
That's rad.
opportunity that they had, like, I forget it was a double feature. I forget what it was with. I don't think it was with a second John Carpenter movie. I think it was just like The Fog with something else. I completely agree. The vibe, I love the freaking radio station, and I just, totally Jamie Lee Curtis, like, could have not been in it and it would have been fine, but like I love that she was Tom Atkins. I mean, you can't, this is a staple. It's a staple. Gotta watch this one.
Yeah, hell yeah. And I actually do like the old like jabroni pressings. I don't have any of them, but particularly the magnetic video one with the cool gray. It does look pretty damn cool.
I upgraded to this not actually not that long ago.
And the other one isn't bad either, with just that picture like is pretty huge all over the jacket. But.
I like that this one's got the sticker on here too.
Yeah, that's got the commentary and all the fun stuff. So
back to Tom Atkins having sex with a younger woman.
Okay.
Halloween 3, that was another one where he just like he has.
Well, we'll be getting into that.
We're not ready for that.
Yeah.
Are we talking about that one? That's
hell yeah, we're talking about that one.
Do we have time?
Does that?
We will.
Are we skipping?
If we stopped.
Are we skipping screenplays or?
Well, I mean,
he wrote a screenplay. Yeah, the one that got sold to. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we should probably actually talk about Isla or Mars in case somebody has the nice reissue that came out in the mid '90s. Anybody?
I can go look.
It's the one I didn't have but streamed.
Yeah, I have it on DVD, but I don't have the LaserDisc. But yeah, he wrote the script just called Eyes, and then it got passed around. I think John Peters wanted to do it for Barbra Streisand, and she was like, "Ew," and then they instead redid it. But it's got some zazz to it. Irvin Kershner directed it, and she's this photojournalist who does these kind of like fashion shoots with violence. Yeah, there's this great bit where she's in New York with all these burnt out cars and stuff, and it's pretty wild stuff. But yeah, she starts seeing actual visions of her, her friends and her compatriots getting murdered. Brad Dourif is in it, and Tommy Lee Jones, and it's pretty stylish. It's not bad.
It's got a twist that you can pretty much see coming. Like
but
still.
No
It's like
surprises there.
It's like a U.S. giallo, I'd say.
Yeah, it's definitely got Argento vibes. Like, so yeah, if you like, bird with the crystal plumage, that sort of thing, yeah, you'll dig it. So I like that copy. I want to get that copy from Max.
Pretty cheap too.
I may have more than one. I'll
Yeah, let me know. 'cause-
There's
like
there's a
super
couple
cheap
on the
for,
bay too.
widescreen
Yeah, I
release.
think it's DADC, right? But yeah, it's probably worth the gamble. Or maybe a lot of his stuff are like Columbia stuff from them, but
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Otherwise,
But
I,
yeah,
I think there's a Blu-ray.
yeah. I mean, you can always get another copy. I think the DVD I have is actually pretty loaded with special features. So, but Carpenter himself just kind of said, meh, yeah, he disowned it because they changed the script so much. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's worth picking up. It's pretty cool. So
It's got Tommy Lee
Anyways.
Jones, nice and young.
yeah, it's pretty wild seeing him.
Yeah,
in
you're
this.
like,
I mean, yeah, he was in Rolling Thunder and some things around the same time, but I don't know. Like people in my generation didn't really kind of latch onto him until a little bit later. But we'll be talking about Tommy Lee Jones again too, because he shows up in another Carpenter written project. So, but then yeah, after The Fog, he did a little film called where the hell is it? Where's my copy of it? Here we go. A little film called Escape from New York.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got that one. Nice.
Oh yeah, I think I brought this one up when we were talking about worst cover
Terrible
art.
cover.
Yeah, because it's got the
Yeah.
the same as the US, the old US one. So this edition came out mid 90s, maybe?
Yep.
94.
Yeah, and this is an early
Yep.
to mid 80s pressing. I do think it just it's CLV. I can only figure out like 80s. Yeah, it's got the SF. It's definitely an 80s pressing. It looks like
Again,
that, too.
super widescreen, super wide shots. John Carpenter's doing the score again, killer score, and teaming up with the man Kurt Russell. Elvis himself is in this thing as Snake Plissken, as you can see on Max's jacket there. The guy who's just the coolest of the cool, like he's the John Wayne of this movie, and like
everyone knows who he is. Every criminal knows who he is.
that's the
Thought you
best
were
thing.
dead.
That much of a badass that like, oh, you're Snake Plissken.
We were talking
Oh,
about
man.
with Luke about the original opening and how they cut that out, which had like Snake, on a job with his buddies. But I was like, it's so much cooler just having him just be this dude, and it's all his reputation from other people. He's just chilling, and everyone else is telling you how badass this guy is.
Well,
And,
it's a plot device, really. Like he can go wherever he wants because everyone somehow knows him. Oh, Snake! Oh, come on, Snake! What are you doing?
it's great.
Okay, hot take. I didn't care for this movie.
I know, and I hate you, but I mean, I'm
And
still
I
your
will tell
friend, but I hate
exactly
you.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you right now. Okay, let's do it.
go for
So I don't think I've seen this movie. I think it was the first time I've seen it. I mean, I may have half watched it before, but so the beginning of it, how it starts, I was all on board. I was super excited. When we see,
Check out them firing at nothing.
Right?
What are you shooting at, everybody?
when it starts with Snake going in, they explain this new dystopia where okay, cool, I'm on board, got it. But when they cut to the president's airplane going down and Donald Pleasance puts the hand, I was so excited, like legit. Okay, they show that fucking pod. He's like, oh, okay, take me to the pod. I'm like, this is great, this is amazing. But then everything after that, I was like, okay, this sucks. Because it goes down and cool, I got it. It just kind of dragged for me. Like,
Well, it's low budget.
Yeah, I'm
Them
sure.
just running around the streets trying to make the best of what they could and pretending it's New York. So what was it all like?
Yeah,
St. Louis, I think. So
Yeah. And then the boxing scene for no good. I mean, they did. Oh, and now he's boxing. Okay. And
with
then
Ox Baker, a Connecticut native. That's why I love this thing. The whole plot is getting to Hartford, Connecticut. That's going to save the world. And you have Connecticut mastermind Ox Baker in the wrestling ring. So it's a hometown. Hits hard.
Okay.
Hits my heart. This is even though I'm not from New York, but neither is this movie. It's from St. Louis. So.
And the last thing, the tape. They set up this whole big thing. The crazy guy steals the tape from the president. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that later. And then it's like, okay, we got the tape. And then it's like, oh no, we've got the wrong tape. And then Ernest Borgnine said, it's like, oh no, we got to, you think, oh, they're going to have to do this big thing to get the tape back. Ernest Borgnine's like, oh, you mean this tape right here? Here you go. I got the tape. Problem solved. Easy day.
Ernest Borgnine is Cabby. Donald Pleasance as the president, who's kind of a dick, which is great. Adrienne Barbeau shreds it. Harry Dean Stanton, awesome. And Isaac Hayes driving a Cadillac with chandeliers on the fenders.
He was
the Duke
misused. He could have been
the Duke of New York. He's number one.
Number one, yes.
I mean, this movie is, up. Yeah, it might as well be, Mad Max or Road Warrior in terms of cult movies from my childhood. So,
what year was this again?
81.
All I have to say about Escape from New York is that I watched this LaserDisc, which is a 4x3 pan and scan. And I watched it in like 2012, and it's the only time that I watched it with a couple of my friends on a 24-inch CRT, and this movie is like a dream. Like I watched it in a dream. I saw a little brief window into it, and I enjoyed the vibe, the production design, the music. Don't ask me about the plot. I know that Snake Plissken inspired Solid Snake and Big Boss, Metal Gear Solid games. And those games I played around the same time. I remember enjoying it, but after Luke dunked on it so hard,
I'm not dumping on. I'm just having opinions, man. Jesus.
That vibe too, man. I love the bit where it's almost ambient, where he's taking the glider in, and they're like, it's just super chill, and the special effects just rock balls. All the computer effects are all fake. Like the early on one where they're showing the graphics of the walls around the city, it's all just like animated. And then the cool like vector graphics of his Gull Wings display of the city, it's a model of the city with the edges painted green. And it's like, it completely fooled me when I saw it the first time. I'm like, sick computer graphics. And then it's like, nope, it's all practical effects. James Cameron did some awesome matte painting.
James Cameron worked on this movie?
Yeah, he was part of Roger Corman's effects team, and they did matte painting. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, this is the only LD of it I have, but it's chock full of awesome. The commentary is awesome because it's him and Kurt Russell, just shooting the shit, and they're just a bunch of knuckleheads hanging out. So it's pretty damn fun.
I remember enjoying that. My friends enjoyed it enough that we watched the sequel. So
yeah, we'll be getting into that. So
we'll get to that one.
And any other Escape from New York thoughts?
I didn't know why he didn't just get, picked up.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Why, they could clearly helicopter into the city, no big deal. And then he had to go across, anyway, whatever, the 69th Street Bridge, which I appreciate. But anyway, sorry, Max.
He had to sneak in. They would have blown up the helicopter.
But how about leaving? When he left, he could have called in and said, hey, come pick me up.
Yeah, no, doesn't make any sense, Luke.
Yeah, you got to go on the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a 69th Street Bridge? Is there a 69th Street Bridge?
I don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
I'll look into it. All right, sorry. What was that, Max, that you were gonna say before Luke?
I saw this also at the new Bev.
Dude, that's awesome. I tried to get my dad to take me to see it, but yeah, I couldn't go.
Yeah, there's so far we've hit most of the ones that I've seen at the new Bev that are John Carpenter. So.
That's sick.
I imagine that one played out beautifully on the big screen.
It was, I mean, and just in a crowd too, people just like cheering for freaking Snake Plissken, and it's amazing.
Hell yeah. Then shortly thereafter, I don't have it on LaserDisc, but maybe somebody does. He reluctantly wrote and reluctantly kind of ghost directed some bits from Halloween 2, the direct sequel to the first film that takes place on the same evening, and is pretty well beloved by Halloween fans. I think it's pretty meh, but I think there's a Japanese letterbox that looks like ass. Is that the one you have, Ryan?
This is the ass letterbox.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
I mean, like photography, it looks pretty decent.
Yep.
And yeah, it's got Michael Myers mostly destroying a hospital. And
so I worked with a guy on the ship, and he, you hang around somebody so much, you start to learn. They bring up these tidbits, and they said, "Oh, he said, oh, I love Halloween too. There's one scene where Michael Myers just walks through a glass door. He just doesn't give a fuck. He thought that was the best scene ever." And see about that.
Anyways, But yeah, we're gonna get back into good things with 1982's film, The Thing.
Okay.
Here we
Go ahead.
go.
I have to share this first because my copy is signed
Oh, what do you got?
by
Chris Heller.
the man himself,
Oh shit! All right, I see it now.
What is it? Is
John
it?
Carpenter.
It's like
Oh, so-
it's like silver.
It's silver here. if
Oh
I
yeah, there you go.
see it.
Cool.
Who is that? To Thomas? Who is that?
Yeah. Thomas, my best.
Yeah, I mean Thomas is pretty cool.
Thomas was a he worked for LaserDisc Corporation of Southern California, basically. He was a rep and he would
That's
go to a lot
cool.
of these shows that were places where you could talk about LaserDisc, and basically he had this with him and it was brand new. He opened it up and basically took the shrink off and then had him sign it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
then
So
you-
Luke, you've got all the cool Japanese variants, but
I do,
we'll
yeah.
have to put overlays on. So
Yeah, they're great.
yeah.
I'm just gonna flat out say it. I think The Thing is the best 80s science fiction movie.
I'm going to say
Ever
Even
made.
better than
one of the best movies ever. Like it's so great.
I would agree.
the effects in it are just like legendary.
Rob Bottin, dude. So
The-
good.
How did he
The
go from
Thing-
Escape from New York to The Thing, though? Come on. Like
Kurt
that's-
Russell again, man. Kurt
The
Russell
budget.
City.
Yeah,
I
Kurt Russell
think-
actually doing a good job. And, you know, like,
Oh, come on.
Aw.
Steve Plissken's the best. Oh,
The
No,
Thing
don't.
is just
don't talk
The
to
Thing-
me. I'm a snake.
so great.
I
Anyways.
see little bits of Dark Star in The Thing in terms of the
isolation
the
and-
isolation and the constrained production design, the tight corridors, the tension. I
The
see
beach
bits
ball
of-
might as well be the thing, man, right? Except just with good effects.
I mean, there's elements of the action photography of Assault of Precinct 13 or on Precinct 13, and just every single lesson he learned from making Halloween is applied in like triplitude in terms of building tension and executing terror in The Thing. I think
And-
it's. Go ahead.
Sorry, how about that damn dog, man? The best actor in the movie.
Oh my god. Legendary.
I
crushing
think
it.
it's-
Hey, the
it's one
dog
of
is-
the-
I've talked about that before in other podcasts. That dog really can act.
No,
Like, it's
legit.
crazy.
Like that scene where he's stalking the hallways and everything is
Oh,
so
so
good.
I
Trained actor.
it's
Yeah.
it's the only. I think it's John Carpenter's best movie. I think
Okay,
it's
stop right there, Slick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll agree, it's his best movie, but it's not my favorite movie. of
Okay.
his.
Man, The Thing is the only movie that can put Blade Runner down a peg in my film canon.
They don't scratch the
science
same itch
fiction.
for me, so I don't know.
But they're both science fiction.
And this, of course, being the first of his big kind of like apocalypse trilogy films, kind of thing, right? Or is this part of the apocalypse trilogy? Or
It is.
it's got
It
a
is.
fucked up ending. So spoiler alert. So
Yeah, it's very nihilistic. It's very much like there's nothing you can do. It's going to destroy you and take everything you recognize and steal it from you.
yeah, it's very Lovecraftian. Yeah, I just love this stuff. So
Speaking of the ending, I think I talked about it in a different podcast, but who cares? I watched it on TV growing up, and I had a VHS copy of a TV edit, and the ending was completely cut out. I never saw the alien until like the very-
and the TV edit's got the weird introduction to everybody where they have like it's like almost like a cop show. They like and it's on the Blu-ray
really.
and they give like a cool
Oh, yeah.
introduction to each character. Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
god.
no.
That sounds hilarious.
He does this and he's okay, but yeah, it's so good. I mean, ensemble cast, man. So many
Oh,
cool
great
people in this
cast,
thing.
yeah.
Keith David and
Keith David's amazing. Like everything he's in is great.
Wilford Brimleys.
Wilford
the
Brimley.
Brimster
Let's put Wilford Brimley in a
in a horror sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
and it
Wilford
works
Brimley,
amazing.
whose later ad work and the pronunciation of the word diabetes has
Yep.
plagued my entire life.
Diabetes.
I love how he's just shacked up and he's like, F you, I'm Wilford Brimley. I'm in my shack.
Oh yeah, because they throw him in the shack because they think he's the alien.
And he's just chilling out there.
No, I'm fine.
It's just so good. We watched. This was the first movie that my friends and I got together and watched after we had not seen each other from March of 2020 till I want to say like July of 2020. We did not see each other at all during the initial COVID outbreak. And we watched, this was The Boys. We got together, we mashed up, and we watched A Scanner Darkly, and then we watched The Thing. And we were 50-50 split. Two of us thought it was the fucking greatest. Two of my friends hated it. So
man, the other two were aliens, and they were trying to hide their identity from you.
Yep.
I mean, it was like a financial disappointment for Universal.
Yeah,
and it was critically dunked on.
Yeah, man. Everyone was like, "We love E.T. We don't love this."
Like, I just can't believe just how wrong-headed everyone was about such a cold, brilliant movie.
I sadly missed it in the theaters. What about you, Max? New Bev?
But this I saw at the Bev. This was the double feature with Dark Star.
All right, nice.
Dark Star started, and then it was The Thing afterwards. And geez, this in 35. Woo!
Hell
so good, so good. But yes, this copy is best copy.
Yeah, this is best copy, right? Yeah.
Copy, I think.
Good, great special features too. The documentary on here is really cool.
This copy is second best copy.
Yeah,
it's not terrible by any means. It's a nice copy.
This is the one I think that they had to take out the Stevie Wonder song that's like jamming on the radio in one scene, so it is slightly altered. But it's on this one.
This one, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And I want to say it's on all of the ones after that too.
Yeah, it hasn't been a problem since apparently, but yeah.
Okay.
One of those MCA Universal things. They're like, yeah, that's expensive. We'll just take it out and put something else in there. So, anyways, good time. So The Thing, yeah, you should check it out though.
Of all of these movies, The Thing fucks hardest.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, it's suspenseful. It's practical effects. Like, I love practical effects, and that is out the wazoo.
Oh yeah.
Everything that was like in The Thing from Another World that was implied is literally in your face.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is what it looks like.
Yep.
Like, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's that one exception to the rule that less is more. This one's just like,
more
nope, more is more.
Yeah.
It's all in your face.
Yes.
And I mean, just that score, the opening, you know, it's just those snowy, snow-swept vistas and the dog running and that pulsing.
The whole environment, you feel like you can't like watch this on a winter day. You'll be ice. Like,
oh yeah,
yep. And it takes great advantage of. I believe it had a 6-track 70mm run because it was supposed to be a big prestige movie.
Yeah,
and it's got such a beautiful sound mix. I mean, you got to listen to it in 5.1, which unfortunately never made it to LaserDisc, but it's just remarkable.
Yeah, what does it give us just surround on this sucker?
I think it's just Dolby Surround.
Yeah, we've got
little
THX logo.
I got a Dolby Digital logo on the back though.
Oh, is it in Dolby Digital?
Yeah, I think it is. The signatures are usually.
Yeah. Oh, now I gotta look that up. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, admit I am kind of.
What's it say on your hype sticker on the front, Max?
We've got a THX
and Dolby Digital.
All right, I should just shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, it is THX.
Go buy the LaserDisc.
Yep. Director's
I have
edition.
the laser. I have this. It's just it's 2 floors above me, and
you should probably just go watch it then.
I don't have that one.
Oh well, then that's not the.
I can't afford to take out a bank loan to buy the Thing signature collection.
Again, yeah, super cheap.
Yeah.
$70. I don't know what's it going for.
It's like 100 over 100 these days on eBay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, some of those signatures are getting a little silly. So,
yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, so around the same time, he didn't direct, but he might as well. It does feel like a damn John Carpenter movie, and he has the music in it, and he did producing, and it might as well be John Carpenter. But Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, directed by his buddy Tommy Lee Wallace, who's part of the Carpenter camp. Sadly, there's no. Is there a letterboxd release? Just no, right? Yeah, just old jabroni pressings. But that movie rules. Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty badass.
My favorite Halloween.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, no Michael Myers in this movie. You said, oh, we're going to do an anthology.
He shows up on the television screen.
Right. For like a second at the bar.
Yeah, that's it.
In this movie, though, we didn't need him here.
No.
So the thing I love Halloween 3. They could have easily, if it was named just Season of the Witch, no one would have blinked.
No one would have cared. Yeah.
Yeah. but they name it Halloween 3 and everyone loses their shit.
Man, love Tom Atkins. He's just drinking beers and
Boning
getting babes.
20-year-olds.
Yeah, just that's what he does, man. He's probably the same character from The Fog. He just showed up and
Yeah, probably actually.
No, he's a doctor.
Yeah,
That's funny.
and Annie from Halloween plays his ex-wife there or whatever. So
Yes.
yeah,
And then the premise is like, we're gonna kill all the children. Like, we're like, holy
it's
shit.
pretty messed up. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty wild shit. So
Yeah. It's a
good
good
stuff. But I mean,
see that?
sadly, on Laserdisc, it could have gotten some more love. Like there should have been a '90s reissue or something.
Yeah, no, what the heck.
Holler, have you seen it? Halloween 3? That's
Watch
good.
this one. Don't I mean you could watch Halloween 2 if you want, but you could if all you've seen is Halloween 1 and Halloween 3.
Yep.
I've seen Halloween 1 and Halloween 2018.
Yeah, that's you can
But
see
yeah,
it.
the first like 5 minutes feels like a John Carpenter movie, like
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it might as well be. So.
The guy running to the hospital.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep, just
So-
haven't seen it.
All right, so let's move on.
Of course, season of the witch. We learned from Halloween 3 that witches can be dudes, so that's good.
Yeah, because it's got a dude witch. Yeah,
It should be called season of the warlock, but that doesn't sound good.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, it's got the masks. Everyone loves the masks. The Silver Shamrock song rules.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's my
But
favorite.
it's just London Bridge is falling down, but with different lyrics. But
No,
yeah,
no, it's the Silver Shamrock song.
yeah, Silver
Oh, okay.
Shamrock.
4 days, so Halloween.
Tiny story of these three.
Yep.
So my very first iteration into horror, when I was getting into Laserdisc and then horror Laserdisc, I got all three of these and a bunch of stuff in a big lot like a gazillion years ago now. And so like I immediately had all of these.
Yeah, those are not exactly cheap nowadays.
This one was the one that got me into the group.
Yeah,
I was looking for this because I had 1 and 2 and I'm like, well, I need 3.
yeah. Damn.
Halloween 3.
Yeah, I don't even know what 3's going for nowadays, but it's probably not cheap.
Probably too much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know 4 is, yeah, people overpay for that thing.
Crazy, yeah. Four's
Anyways.
pretty good.
But yeah, then Carpenter was doing some, just more pay work. This wasn't anything he wrote or anything like that, but he did a Stephen King adaptation at the time when Stephen King movies were dropping left and right, but his is one of the better ones, a film called Christine, which I don't have on, I need
My
that
car.
sucker.
My vintage car, which looks very similar to Christine, is named Christine after Christine.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, who saw this back in the day and just didn't want that damn Plymouth? Like,
I've
so cool.
never seen it.
I thought you were going to watch it today. You didn't?
I told you that I wasn't going to. I switched it up.
I mean, we were chatting about it, and Luke, of course, brought up the great point of this. This is like the first glimpse that if you give nerds power, like this is great. The jock is like the nice guy in this movie, and the nerd is the out of control freaking bastard.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy. He starts off okay, but he meets his car, and oh man, the effects, the car coming back to life and everything, so cool.
Just haven't seen it.
I mean, that whole again, like Carpenter's score is like it's like sound effects too. That whole bit where you stand in front of the car and there's that keyboard sting when the lights of the car come on. It's just like he's like, show me. So sick. Yeah. Saw this in the theater and went over well. The kids loved it back in the day. Yeah, hell yeah. Bad to the bone while they're building the car on the factory line. Cool stuff. Wish I had it on LD, but I'll have to buy a copy from Max or something.
Yeah, I think I actually may have another one. But this I love this movie so much. I have a 1960 Dodge Dart Phoenix. The body style is very similar to the Plymouth Fury.
Nice.
I actually have some like Plymouth trim, additional chrome trim on the car. But when I went to go look at it to buy it, the radio came on and there was no battery, there was nothing in it, and I was like, Christine,
man,
I was like, I have to get this car. It's just like it spoke to me. It was so weird.
Did you buy it from a creepy old guy with the suspenders?
I did buy it from a creepy old
Perfect.
guy.
I love it.
Gosh. Yeah, it hasn't killed anybody, but it's a good car. But yeah, this movie is just like it's just, yeah, totally the weird freaking, or like his whole vibe is he goes from geek to chic and then but
Yeah.
just a jerk, really. He's
And
so
beyond, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
Keith
yeah, the
Gordon
car is
crushed it.
just killer. And I've seen like people who have gotten, up Plymouth Fury and done it up like Christine. And it's just good. It's good.
That whole thing where it's going after Buddy Rebel's gang is so great. When like the guy's like, in a tight alley and he's like, I beat you. Yeah, there you go. And you're like, no, maybe you didn't beat him.
Yeah.
It didn't beat the car. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Oof, I love it.
So good.
Yeah.
So.
You gotta watch it, Holler. It's very good.
It's on my list.
Okay.
I have to finish at least the work he did in the 80s.
All right.
Fair enough.
Again.
And actually looking at his list, that's the only one that I haven't seen any of. So
Again, super widescreen. You got to get letterboxed. The score is great. I got it on LP. It's worth picking up if you're a fan.
It's not too expensive still, thankfully.
Yeah, it's
Surprisingly, unlike, Halloween.
Yeah. That was a weird thing with Carpenter soundtracks. They weren't even easy to find back when his films were out. Like I would go to the record store on the regular and it was like, for some reason, I don't know if they just didn't get a lot of push or whatever, but
a lot of them came out years after their big movies did.
yeah, I know a lot of times you'd have to wait for the reissue or whatever, but so then there was some more writing. He wrote a draft based on the book of the Philadelphia Experiment, which turned into a totally different movie pretty much altogether. I don't have it on LD. I don't know if anybody has Philadelphia.
Hold on. Let me grab it.
I read the book. It's about sailors, so Luke probably knows like some of the secrets of it. Yeah,
Probably
So
knows
Tom-
some of the people in it.
Tom
Yeah,
Hanks. This is Tom Hanks movie.
yeah, exactly. It's they've got a bunch of sailors and they start dying of diseases. Yeah, no, it's based on that kind of secret government experiment where they used like Einstein's like super secret theory to do teleportation, and then they transported the ship from like New Jersey to Virginia and back, and then all the sailors started like blinking in and out of existence and like time traveling and all sorts of crazy stuff. So they decided to make a movie based on that story. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You got that LD though.
Did they readapt that into an X-Files episode?
Yeah,
They find a boat and there's a bunch of people who died of something.
yeah, they totally reference it in X-Files. Yeah,
I've
So.
seen that one, I guess.
yeah. All right, there you go. But also that same year, another science fiction film dropped that sadly I don't have on LaserDisc, but it's a film called Starman.
Starman! AKA the goat!
Somebody's excited,
Oh my gosh.
and it's not Luke.
Starman combines two of my favorite things.
I want to hear all
Jeff
about
Bridges,
legit
Science
Dead
wanna know.
Deer.
fiction and Jeff Bridges. They saw Tron. They were like, let's try this again. And it works again.
Nice Pioneer Special Edition there.
Oh, man, I wish I had mine. It's upstairs. Again, I'm blowing it today. I was just too busy to prep. I'm bringing all
I
the
prepped for everybody. Don't worry.
I appreciate
Thanks,
it. And then there was a
Max.
reissue that Columbia did their own letterboxed
wait.
reissue like a year or two later.
Wait, let me see if I have that.
Yeah, see if we got it.
All right.
Starman is so cool.
Okay, real quick. I did not like this movie. I thought it was boring. I thought
Oh.
I could not take his voice. I couldn't take it, but I legit want to know because I don't get it.
Yeah.
I want to know why you love it so much.
Not just us. He was nominated for an Academy Award for that role, right?
I mean, it got
Yes.
a Pioneer Special
I-
Edition.
Yeah.
I watched this based on its two leads. Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen are in two of my favorite movies
I
of all
love
time.
Karen Allen. She was great. Yeah.
Karen Allen is great in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Excellent in Animal House. She's great in this. And Jeff Bridges plays a weirdo. Jeff
Yeah.
Bridges, his character is literally an alien life form that crash lands on Earth and is like, well, I guess I'm going to recreate this woman's dead husband.
Yeah, always a
And,
good time.
And he's basically
It was
like,
DNA just laying around. What was
Yeah.
he supposed to do?
Yeah, might as well
yeah,
use it,
and-
right?
And he's basically like, I got to get out of here and I got to get to Arizona. We got to
Yeah.
go.
Okay. That's it. That's the whole plot. I watched the movie, Holler. I want to
Yeah,
know
that-
why you
Well,
like.
yeah, I watched this recently also. I
Oh,
hadn't
nice.
seen it before.
I last watched it in 2017 or 2018, before I moved into this house of mine that I'm in now. So my details are a little fuzzy on the actual minute like events of the movie. There's a couple of key sequences. I particularly was very impressed by the sequence where the tanker explodes and the Starman carries Karen Allen's character
Glowing,
out of the fire while this beautiful music plays, and it's just like, oh man, this is extremely my shit.
Yeah, again, not Carpenter doing the music, so it's like very like this movie wears its heart on its sleeve. The music like really connects with that. It's very emotional, vibrant.
It's a very emotional, very genuine, very straightforward movie. There's some sci-fi bullshit, you know, he like impregnates her even though she is infertile, and
immaculate conception, baby.
You know, and
deer. I think
he does
do stuff.
Yeah, like he basically
he's got powers.
He's got powers.
He's just like, yeah. Oh, you need money? Let me just, because you know.
Well, because the thing is just like it's very clear that the Starman respects life and all of its facets, and also wants to get the fuck off of Earth. Because,
he's sexy ET, man.
Because we suck, and we immediately shot his thing out of the sky.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, this planet blows," and they're like, "Oh, hold on, meet us in Arizona."
And so there's parts of it that's like it's a chase movie. They got to get to this location, and they got to get there fast.
It's a road movie.
I like road movies. You know, I like road movies with a sci-fi twist. I think
name another one.
Yeah.
Midnight Special. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Midnight Special. That one that's the one a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
That movie's good too.
Another
road movie with a sci-fi element.
Right,
so this time it's about a sci-fi kid instead of a sci-fi.
I think it was. You hit a point. I think it was a little too sincere for me. It's
very sincere. Yeah.
There's literally a line where he says, "Define love." I'm like, oh my god, like that's just not me. It's
and that's the thing. Sorry, I'm stepping over you. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
The once you reach, there's a certain level of sincerity that it's like it's either going to connect with you or you're going to think it's corny.
Yeah. This is a John Carpenter movie that does not feel like a John Carpenter movie. He did not write it. He did not do the music for it.
No.
He simply directed this in the same vein that he directed Christine. And with Christine, you've got the Stephen King source element, and that brings you a little bit closer to John Carpenter's comfort zone. Whereas this is kind of like, this is closer to the ET end of the spectrum.
For sure.
And
definitely felt like an ET cash grab, like ET.
Well, they were like developed at the same time, and this was just kind of shelved for a while because it was too similar to ET.
Yeah, and I like this movie. I don't think it's a part of the John Carpenter canon. I mean, it's a movie he made, but I wouldn't put it.
It says John Carpenter Starman.
John Carpenter
Starman. At that point, John Carpenter's name became his brand.
Yeah.
They put him on all his movies. I understand why you don't like it. It's not. It doesn't really fit in with like the themes and the flares and the visual stylings.
Yeah, like I said, so I love science fiction. I love weird stuff. It seemed to take all the things that I like about that and sucked it out of it. It's just like, hey, well, let's just put them in a car. There we go. Let's just.
It's not like it's some inconspicuous car either. It's like a literal like friggin' like serious, like it's a Cobra. Like they're driving around in a Cobra. They're going like, just from like a car perspective. Like who the hell would drive that car that far? Like, oh my god! I don't know.
I remember watching
gas.
What is gas? Define gas. And then he says gas to the guy as she's going into the bathroom. Oh yeah.
I don't know. I like Starman so much that for a while the shot of Jeff carrying Karen out of the fire was my Facebook cover photo. Like I just clicked. And
you watch the TV show now?
The what?
The TV show.
The TV show of Starman?
Yeah, with the dude from Airplane.
I disagree with that.
No, the main character, Robert. What's his face?
I did not watch the TV show of Starman.
It's like the sequel. He comes back years later and he hangs out with his son.
That's probably
and they go on adventures.
Okay. In the Cobra?
I don't even remember what they were driving in. They probably couldn't afford a Cobra.
They couldn't
Yeah.
afford the Cobra.
So the baby scene, I remember, like at the very end, he says, "Oh yeah, and I'm pregnant, you." Okay, so yeah. It's like,
Yes,
right?
you now have baby. He is yours,
That's just like
Former
ET.
husband.
ET's like,
but also
man.
my son. He is my son.
So I have
ET's all
legal
about like,
rights.
Tell him
you've got
of
daddy
me.
problems. I'm your
I'm-
new
I
daddy,
cannot
and
stay,
I'm
but-
leaving.
Tell him of me.
But
Tell
I'm
him
looking
that
at
story.
the guy who wrote this. He also wrote "Stand by Me," "Cutthroat Island," "Jungle to
Oh.
Jungle." I don't know.
Oh,
Bunch of
Like
trash.
those are
That's a
particularly,
catalog.
Like
it's
Yeah.
a catalog.
that's a weird catalog of movies.
Yeah,
That's like, I need a job catalog of
winners
movies.
and like
Yep.
several
Like,
not
make
so
things I
winners.
like, or, get paid
Or
for Jungle to
a
Jungle.
check.
I don't know. I stand by Starman.
That's-
Yeah, I dig it.
Holler, I appreciate it. I'm not unlike you fuckers who make fun of me when I don't like something. I appreciate
Part
when
of it,
you.
come on, you can't get.
Yeah,
Well, you
it's
could
just
be me,
balls
who
busting
just-
left and right.
who
Yes,
just
okay.
deliberately apparently doesn't like
But I am-
anything. So
I am interested in why some people like things and some people don't. So yes,
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
you're gonna
Anyways.
people are
Can
gonna
we go to
yell
big
at
trouble?
me.
Can we go
All
to
right,
big trouble,
Back
please?
to cool cars. We got to take a.
I want to
Wait,
skip
wait.
Big Trouble
Hold on.
in Little
No,
China.
we got to make a pit stop
All
into
I
Black
had
Moon
was Big
Rising.
Trouble with
There we
it.
go. Max is
Okay.
on it.
That's
There we
what I
go.
was like. We can't skip. We can't skip
So,
this. But-
Tommy
is
Lee
that?
Jones is back, baby. John Carpenter wrote the really original draft for this thing, and it's got like stolen documents inside a stolen car. So it's like Tommy Lee Jones is going to go get it back, and shenanigans ensue. So fun stuff. But it's not 100% like John Carpenter, and again, he didn't direct it, but hopefully Luke comes back. Chris pissed
Probably
him
got
off.
mad because he was
Yep.
told he was wrong again because he was.
Yeah. Well, we got to wait for him to come back because,
Probably doesn't like
1986
this one
is-
either.
Why don't I go on my tirade
Oh,
about
phew.
Big Trouble?
All right,
Whoa,
well, hold
whoa,
on.
whoa, We're still
Hold
on. We're still
We're
in
still
that.
doing some Black Moon Rising. Did anybody watch this recently?
Yeah. I
No,
watched
this was
it.
on my list. I didn't get to see it yet, but
Did he direct it? Write it?
No, he just wrote it.
Okay.
it says story by and screenplay by.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's got a cool car.
Yeah. It was a little cheesy at times with the car, but it was-
Yeah,
Full
sure.
Black
Pretty cool.
Moon Rising.
And Tommy Lee Jones hooks up with
Much younger
Terminator,
woman.
so
Yeah.
it's all good.
yeah. Linda Hamilton's in it. Yep.
The much younger woman thing, like I mean, I don't understand why you're confused by this. This is very common. This is like probably I almost dare you to find something that isn't that
Yeah, it's like
this time.
Clint Eastwood and
Oh, that time. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not kidding. Like all
Oh,
the way
no,
up
okay,
to like
I agree.
1995.
Yeah.
Like then maybe might start.
Okay, I'll think about that.
Yeah.
But it's just Tom Atkins is not a attractive man. Like
But luckily,
he's-
Tommy Lee Jones is a stone cold stunner. Look at that guy.
Come
He
on,
looks
he
like
is-
a unfrozen caveman. Who doesn't want to sleep with him?
Tommy Lee Jones, real quick. I'm in Japan. Tommy Lee Jones is the spokesmodel for Boss Coffee, which is the boss of all coffees.
Wow.
And he's everywhere. Like his face is on coffee machines. And I guess I read up on it. His story is that he's an alien who's come to Earth, and he's just like appreciating Earth and of course Boss Coffee. Please put Boss Coffee picture up
Okay,
there.
we'll put the
These
logo.
videos
Yep.
sponsor this episode, yes.
I legit love Boss Coffee.
I mean, I would drink something called Boss Coffee too.
Well,
So
Well, it is the boss of coffee. So
You're a boss when you're drinking it like a boss.
I wouldn't argue with that. Yeah. So what's that LaserDisc pressing? Is it probably just like pan and scan, right? Or
Yeah,
anything
it's
special?
It's like an early image pressing. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
great.
Yeah. All right.
Not great
Fair
at all.
enough.
So like if you want to enjoy the film more, I would pass on it unless you like image pressings.
We're already
I'll be honest, it's
Yeah.
It's a little
Do they
rough,
charge a lot
but-
for it, or is it pretty cheap?
no,
at least?
it's like dirt cheap. I think mine
Okay,
was
good.
less than $10 with tax and shipping. So
All right. All right, let's get to the moment everyone's been waiting for. We're moving into the summer of 1986. Little Sam I wasn't that little, but young Sam went to the movie theaters and saw the best film of all time, Big
Goddamn
Trouble and Goddamn Little China.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I was so into this movie. I bought the press kit from a convention. I recorded the audio of it onto a cassette, so I
did
could.
the same thing.
I
You
flew to Florida, listening to Big Trouble on the Little China on my headset in like 1987. I used to drive around my Plymouth blasting the soundtrack and just like doing donuts and yeah, this was my Van Halen. Other kids would be listening to Van Halen. I would be listening to Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, I mean, it's up there with Lost Boys for like the most rewatched film probably in my collection. So, Desert Island.
Everything coming together. I feel like he didn't write it, which you can tell.
Written by the director of Buckaroo Banzai, though, W.D. Richter.
That's not a pedigree I'm interested in.
The music it's him, but it's like there's more. It's
a more band kind of thing. Yeah.
So the other soundtracks, it's a little amateurish. It sounds like him and a keyboard, and that's it. It probably is. Yeah. Yeah, but this is coming together.
I mean, he's got jams. The main kind of guitar jam while Jack Burton, played by Kurt Russell. Hell yeah. Yeah, against pseudo John Wayne. I mean, Kurt's doing his best John Wayne impersonation in this thing.
No. Okay, we have to talk about, the best thing about this movie is he is such an idiot.
Exactly. He's the least capable guy. Yeah.
His friend is the real star of the movie. And
Dennis Dunn.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's so good. And
the scene where he shoots the gun up and knocks himself out.
Yeah, with the falling rocks.
Yeah.
He's just so full of himself and such a buffoon and so lovable. You still root for him. But he would have died instantly if he didn't have his friend.
His buddy. And, it's just, it's this homage to these movies that nobody really even knew about here in the States. Like, it was like this homage to the Hong Kong films, but not like the 70s Hong Kong films, like the ones Choi Hawk did, like after Zoo, the Magic Mountain and all that stuff. So it's like all fresh stuff that like nobody here even knew what the hell this was referencing. There's some references to the baby cart, the Shogun Assassin kind of stuff, but Lone Wolf and Cub. But other than that, it's just wire work and crazy stuff nobody had really encountered in the States. So nobody knew what the hell to make of this damn thing when it came out, except for me.
Because I'm amazing. And So I was. When you say it came out, 86?
86, yeah.
So I think maybe in 88, I went to the video store down by my house, and I was in charge of picking movies while my brothers were picking video games. And I picked Big Trouble in Little China, and I brought it home, and there's like this movie and the Blues Brothers just blew my fucking mind. It's like, oh wow, movies can be amazing. Everything about it. Just fast forward to like 2 years ago or a year ago, my 40th birthday, I was stuck on the ship, and like we were stuck in a bubble ship. Like we could not leave the pier. We were stuck on that ship for 5 months. And a buddy was like, "Oh, it's your birthday. What do you want to do?" I was like, "Bro, I just want to sit down and watch Big Trouble in Little China." Like that's my number one. My birthday wish. And we did it, and it was great. It was just like I was in 4th grade again.
Yeah.
I could.
The cast, I mean, Egg Shen is so cool. Such a great character. Victor Wong's character. James Hong as Lo Pan. I mean,
don't forget Al Leong as like henchman. Yeah. Again.
Oh man, yeah, Ellie. He's so great in that one scene with the Chen Sings and the Wing Kong fighting in the alleyway. Yeah. He's I love the guy with the guns, and he's just like, he's just like firing off revolvers. He's like got these bandolero things. So good.
Oh yeah.
The dialogue, I mean, come on, so many quotes in this thing too, from Egg Shen's one-liners about the black blood of the earth. Wasn't easy. Six Demon Bag and the so many one-liners.
Like
so awesome.
Even just the mystical. So John Carpenter's other movies have some mystical elements to it, but this one is just like, holy fuck! It kind of just crescendos up.
Yeah, and his buddy's like telling him about Chinese history along the way, and it's so great. It's like a history lesson. I mean, a fantastical one, but yeah.
I went to San Francisco and I went to Chinatown just to find,
100%. I went to all the locations I could find when I was in San Francisco because, I mean, hell yeah.
Storytelling wise, it's, as a kid, I loved the Goonies. I think I've talked about this before, but like from a sweet A to B kind of storyline where it just like takes you on this journey. And this one does it where it goes from, okay, they go in, oh, they have a misstep, they have to go back. and then they go again. They go back in and just destroy everything. You know, get the girl.
It's so fast. Like Jack Burton rolls into town, and like his buddy's like, "Oh, we got to go on this thing." They're all of a sudden Kim Cattrall's there. Like all these other characters, throwing all these characters at you, and you're like, "What the hell's going on?" The Lords of Death show up with these crazy sunglasses, and it's just from that point on, it's like, just strap yourselves in, man, because you're in for a wild ride.
So good.
Yeah.
All right. And now Howler, if you could.
Yeah. All right. Everybody else talk about Big Trouble.
I don't know. I thought it was fine. I don't really have anything insightful to say. I enjoyed it. It sounds like I didn't enjoy it enough because I just got critically lambasted in our podcast chat, which is understandable. I don't have the same relationship that you guys have with that movie that dates, 30 plus years with this thing. I watched
Max
it for the
has got
first
at least
time.
30 years with it.
Yeah. Well, actually, when did you see it for the first time, Max?
Oh man, I saw this on cable when I was probably like 8. And I like remember bits and pieces of it because when I saw it again, I saw this at the New Bev.
Nice.
And I've seen so many of them. But yeah, this was really good at the New Bev. And I just like, I mean, as a green-eyed person, I felt very special.
Yeah.
Rare. And
Hell yeah. You could be a Lopan's bride someday.
yes, I know.
Well, they defeated Lopan. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes, thankfully, yes.
He's
Done
done.
reflexes.
This is one of these movies that's funny seeing in the theater now because I've seen the LaserDisc so many times so that when was it Thunder comes up and he's like, perhaps I can help you. I'm like, oh, side break. Yeah, but
Yeah, right.
it doesn't happen. Oh, this was great seeing this letterbox for the first because I mean it's the first time since seeing it in the theaters. So I was just watching it taped off a cable for so long, and this thing dropped in the '90s, and I was like, hell yeah! Bought this from Strawberries Records and Tapes in Avon, Connecticut. Never looked back. So
It was one of the first DVDs I bought. It had a nice double disc.
that's very nice DVD. Yeah, good special features and stuff.
Extra features.
Yeah.
So this is okay. Here's a weird take, but like so this movie is not racist at all, I would say. And I would almost say as a young kid watching this, it like teaches you not to be racist. Like, oh, Chinese people are cool. Like, let's go. And not in a, I don't know. I think back of some movies I watched as a kid that kind of molded my mind. And Big Trouble in Little China, yeah, it really was.
Oh yeah. I just love, Jack's just along for the ride. And I like how everyone just like tolerates. They know he's a buffoon, but it's like, I don't know, they just like appreciate him being there. Yeah.
Oh my God. I love Kurt Russell in this.
Does anybody have any of the cool variants? Like the Japanese, like that super red cover one, or there's a PAL one from England that's really, really nice, but it's got like the, that giant statue from the finale in Lopan's chamber there. It's like all huge all over the front, but sadly I don't have that sucker. But.
I have
My
a
favorite
drone.
thing, so in Death Proof with Kurt Russell, in the bar scene, you see Jack Burton's shirt like hanging on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted that shirt so bad. I mean, I would have looked like an idiot wearing that in 1986 because I was not built like Kurt Russell. But I probably sent it in the chat recently. I'll put an overlay. I actually drew Russell on my physics book in high school, so I'll put a.
That was a pretty
Literally
good
the
picture.
coolest. I love it.
Yeah, it was like all metal bands and Jack Burton. That was my vibe for physics. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good. I just don't have the same relationship. I watched it when I was 27, sitting alone in my living room, and it just.
So was that yesterday or?
That was Wednesday. I did a double feature after a really rough day at work.
And it's got the cheesy theme song, Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Those credits were excellent.
Hell yeah.
And nerd Kurt Russell is the best, where he goes.
Oh yeah. Henry Swanson.
With green eyes.
Yeah. Because I could really go for something exotic.
So funny. I literally like watching that as a person with green eyes. Like no one cares about your eye color, and then that's movie. It cares so deep, and it's just like
it's the most important thing.
It's so important. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so weird and so funny. Like,
and like that movie's already complicated as it is at that point. Then they introduce Margot. Like there's like, oh, I know that car. I'm gonna run into that car. It's like it just gets more complex and. I just love at the end. It's by the end, like there's this whole posse of people. It's like everybody's pals and going on adventures.
the adrenaline juice. It's like you're going to drink it, and you're going to feel things you never felt before.
Yeah. So
And they're just amazing.
in the elevator. I'm feeling pretty positive about this right now. Feeling kind of invincible. So good. Anyways, all right, let's move on to 1987 and get back to the apocalyptic stuff with a film called Paradigm. Oh, wait, it's also called Prince of Darkness, but in Japan, it's called Paradigm. Ah, yes.
I only watched the first 45 minutes of this today, so I haven't finished this.
I have never gotten the widescreen Japanese copy, which I always used to think was a submarine movie because it's all blue with like blue gradients, and it's a weird ass cover. But yeah, that's supposedly letterboxed. So, but the American one, not so much. But
I love this cover.
What a dark ass movie, though.
Yeah, it's really like clinical.
Yeah,
It's just a bunch of scientists just like setting up shop and
in a
talking
church.
about how weird things are, and like
Alice Cooper, baby.
there's a lot of like techno babble in there. It's like, oh, some of this is.
Did they just have like a couple of the actors on like a 2-movie contract? That's why we had Dennis Dunn back and Victor Wong. Like
Victor Wong's back.
Wait, what?
Yep. It's just Donald Pleasance returns. Yeah, I got to get him back.
Yeah, but Donald Pleasance is very pleasant. So
Yeah.
So I've never seen this movie.
Oh.
What happens in a quick, brief,
So-
All right.
brief summary?
So all right. So it's
Holler can't be brief.
yeah, it's a movie about these college, they're in like physics class. Victor Wong is their teacher, and he gets a call from Donald Pleasance's character in this creepy ass old decrepit church, and there's this terrifying like tower of liquid green goo that might be Satan in the basement of this place, and he's got all this lore and history behind it, so he's going to ask all these scientists to come in and kind of study it. So it's this kind of science meets faith situation. And when the scientists come in and set up shop, like poltergeist style, like they got all their equipment everywhere and they're studying this thing, they don't really know what the hell's going on, but come to find out, studying Satan in the basement isn't good. So it kind of turns into a slasher movie for a little bit there, but then gets a lot more apocalyptic towards the end there. So it's dark. Yeah. It's a bit of a siege thing too, because Alice Cooper, like Satan starts controlling the homeless people first, like bugs,
Normal.
and then moving it up to homeless people. So Alice Cooper's pretty much like the leader of the evil hobos. So
Wait, Alice Cooper's in this movie.
yeah, Max has got him right there. He's like the creepy
crazy.
pale guy. Yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
He stabs a dude with a bicycle.
Yep, I just saw that scene before I had to pause the movie. Again, it's like weirdly clinical and like bookish for a John Carpenter movie. Like they're very like explicit and like, we couldn't hire real scientists, so we're drafting college students.
Yeah,
because nobody else would take this serious. So it's like, oh, that's very thoughtful. That's like very like interesting. I can see why certain people would vibe with this.
And I like how the kids are, they're not even kids, but they're adults. They're just like, yeah, cool. We'll go to this church for a weekend and do some project and maybe get some hanky panky in or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Why
never
not?
seen a lead romantic pair with less chemistry in my
For sure.
entire
Yeah.
life. It's so funny. Oh my god.
I think she just liked the stash. It was a pretty powerful mustache.
Yeah. He was trying to be Tom Atkins for sure.
Yeah,
He's
like,
look at
it
my
was like-
stash.
Light. It was like
You're telling me this isn't Tom Atkins?
no, it was like the great value
Fake
version
Atkins.
of
Yeah.
Tom
Oh
Atkins.
my god,
Yeah,
Rod Atkins.
the pinnacle of sex appeal.
She was way too
Yeah.
old for him.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
He walks up to her and he's like, "Hey, women like you never come work in my wing of the building." Her. And she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And they still get together. It's like, all right, in modern dating, that would just be it.
Yeah.
That would be the end of the Tinder conversation.
It's kind of some Assault on Precinct 13 vibes towards the end when they're like trapped in this place and some of that going on. So yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, it was a big influence on like culture at the time. Every DJ was saying like DJ Shaq sampling the ending because like a big portion of it is every time they're going to sleep, the closer they're getting to Satan, they keep getting these weird, creepy, awesomely put together messages from the future, like an alternate reality, something maybe. And it's like, it keeps like every time you see it, it keeps getting longer and longer and longer. And you're like, what is this? So It's pretty clever. So
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to sitting down and finishing that at some point. It's
Nice.
high on my list. Hopefully I won't forget about it.
And then 1988 came along, and I went to see a film in the theater with my friends, and we had our asses kicked by Roddy Piper in They Live, which Ryan's got the one to get, the Japanese one.
Yes, this thing smokes.
Though, like, the aspect ratio is still fucked. It's like 2.20 to 1, right? But yeah,
it's still really decent for, an 80s. I think it's an 80s pressing still.
The US Jabroni still goes for like too much money, though.
Yeah, this thing has gotten ridiculous. I mean, they're both ridiculous now. Yeah. But I mean, I think it's because the movie is just top notch, and Piper was perfect for it. You have
sorry, go ahead.
You have multiple fan bases like wanting this. You've got Carpenter people, you got LaserDisc people, and then throw in the wrestling fans, and I mean, it's just nuts. And I mean, the movie is perfect, pretty much, and just
Keith David back from The Thing, a killer role.
Yeah, well, actually, more like a punchy role, one would say.
This has the fight scene.
There's a beautiful 5-minute fist fight in which Roddy Piper's character has to beat Keith David's character into
out of friendship.
His cause.
Yeah, it's not because he hates him. He wants to show him the truth.
I mean, just in general,
I'm beating you.
Yeah, put the damn glasses on.
This was probably of the 5.5 movies that I crunched through to prep for this. This was the one that I enjoyed the most. They Live, absolutely, like the scene where he walks into the bank and delivers one of the most iconic lines in cinema history
of all time. Yeah,
and then he just proceeds to just go crazy with a shotgun, like he's playing a video game. It's just it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, just that whole concept of like you put on these glasses that allow you to see the world as it really is. So great.
the sequence where the police come in and clear out the shanty town.
Yes.
The tent, the homeless people population. That was just like a dark and scary sequence. Like, this is not a scary movie, but that sequence was pretty scary. Like, that was really intense.
There's a lot of tension in the film for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the ending of They Live is hilarious. Maybe John Carpenter's best ending sequence.
He even references himself in it, which is really fun.
Exactly. I think what's interesting about this movie is that it's probably got maybe the most outlandish premise in terms of, like, if you put on these glasses, you can see the aliens are taking over the planet, but like, it's the most down to earth. Like, Roddy Piper, he's just a dude.
Salt of the earth, man. Yep.
He's a perfect salt of the earth man. Very believable in the way that he approaches everything that's thrown on top of him. Today, this movie would be melodramatic as fuck. But under Carpenter's watchful eye, it's grounded.
And he throws in the music that's kind of bluesy. It's like something more like a Western kind of vibe.
It's so good. I loved it. Just everything about it.
Yeah. Again, I wish there was a nice reissue in the States, maybe from the 90s or something, but there is not. So you got to get that Japanese one that Ryan picked up. So
yeah.
Common.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, right?
No, it's like, I mean, even without the OB, it sells for stupid amounts.
Yeah.
Again, it's just got that perfect cross section.
Yeah. What was that, Luke?
I have it. I love this movie as well. But nothing
cool.
Actually, I'm gonna make my exit here. Enjoy the rest of the show, guys.
All right.
Take it easy. I mean, I haven't seen any of the rest of his movies except for Escape from LA. Stinker.
Oh, come on. We're gonna get that later.
Stinker.
All right. So what are we leaving off at? 1990, bunch of old scripts of his got turned into TV movies, which I don't have on anything, like El Diablo and Blood River from 1991. So, like, I don't know. That's not really a thing. I mean, definitely not on LaserDisc. And then the next thing up is 1992's Memoirs of an Invisible Man, which is very different for him because, it's a Chevy Chase film, which is different for Chevy Chase too, because it's more of a kind of thriller than a comedy. Yeah. Everybody's got it. You can get this thing really cheap. It's a nice widescreen.
It's surprisingly good. Like I had no idea. Like going into it, I had never heard anything of it other than, oh, it's a Carpenter film. I should keep it. Wait, this is a Carpenter film? No, it's really good.
Sam Neill's really good in it as the guy, kind of hunting him down, and Daryl Hannah's. So I mean, just the early on scene where he's in this office building that goes partially invisible, and I just love the effects of the long shot of the building, and parts of it are just kind of missing, and it's just really cool and inventive. So it takes the old Invisible Man trope and kind of works it into a modern thriller. And there's helicopters chasing them and all sorts of cool stuff. And I was surprised.
I like young Stephen Tobolowsky as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah. There you go.
I did not get to see this, but in an effort to give you some hilarious things, I watched a Siskel and Ebert. They hated it.
I was gonna say they must have hated it, right? Yeah,
they hated it, and the reasoning for hating it was hilarious to me because they were deep diving into how the Invisible Man should be perceived. Like, why are his clothes not invisible?
Okay.
Or like, why are they invisible when he's wearing clothes, but sometimes they aren't invisible? And they were like, why can't you see the dirt under his fingernails? Or what if he's wearing contact lenses? What can you see? Why are those invisible? And
Did they watch the movie?
Right?
They watched it. They said that it was. I didn't see it, but they watched it.
It covers that. Like the clothes that are invisible are the ones he's wearing when the incident happens. Like kind of,
and it's got this cool like kind of film noir like voiceover thing going on. It's fun. Yeah. I mean, the first time I saw this, I rented it on LaserDisc from the LaserDisc place down the street that I was staying. So that was my first experience. And same, just like Ryan, I was like, I'll check it out. And I was like, damn, this is pretty entertaining.
Yep.
So,
I watched it like just recently for the first time, and I watched it with my wife. We both enjoyed it. We're like, wow, this is really good. Like, it's enjoyable. And like completely flew under the radar. Just one of those that's like, oh, I got it, threw it on a shelf. It came in a collection with a bunch of other shit, But no.
I don't know. Is there a Japanese widescreen too, or?
I have no idea.
I just see this one all the time. So.
Yeah. I've seen this cover. I've had several copies of this. Never watched it. Had it on my list. Didn't make it to it. And I watched the Siskel and Ebert, which was ridiculous. But your review is much better. I probably will watch this.
Nice. Have you seen this, Luke, or no?
No, I've not seen it. I didn't even know that existed probably until recently. So
this is definitely an obscure kind of piece of the Carpenter filmography. So,
but Japanese pan scan. So if you find it, Luke, it's cool. But it's pan scan. So like there's full immersion, but you're caught in some out. Yeah. Or maybe it's open matte. We'll have to ask Sam.
I think that's Panavision, like full 2.35 to 1. So anyways, let's move back to television. Sadly, I've got it on VHS, not on LaserDisc, but he went and did a trilogy, show. Like I love horror anthologies. He did one called Body Bags. John Carpenter himself is like the crypt keeper type character in this morgue guy telling these tales. Blondie's in one, right? Yes. Mark Hamill. So it's got a pretty cool cast. So
this is one of my favorites. Like I totally same thing. Love anthology things. I love like Tales of the Dark Side. This is very that. The one about hair.
So wild, right?
Woo! It's legendary. It's legendary. I think about it every time I hear or see one of those like, Hair Today type of commercials.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's kind of like Quitters Incorporated from Cat's Eye. It's like, that, self-help kind of thing that goes wrong. This one's like, you got hair loss. Like, well, we could fix it for you.
Yeah.
And there's a cost.
I know. I feel like that's when I don't want to spoil that because I feel like it's probably something almost no one has seen. And so
that's a standout for sure.
Watch that one.
We're gonna have to shout out to Trevor on this one. You can see Mark Hamill's ball bag in it.
Oh,
the Hamill one's pretty cool. It's that that kind of tale of the having a body part that's from a killer, that sort of thing has been pretty well used, but it's fun as hell. So
sorry, did you say ball bag?
Yep.
Mark Hamill's like testicles?
Obviously, that's part of the movie, right?
That's what Trevor's into. So
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. I just watched Jackass Forever. There's a lot of ball bags.
I'm sure there's more than just that.
Now that's the only LD like right? Like
Yeah.
there's no other pressings, right?
Yeah, and I mean, this had a theatrical, right?
I don't know. I just saw it on Showtime, so I don't know.
So
if
then,
it
like,
actually
it
got-
is supposed to be 4x3 then. Maybe.
Yeah, it's shot for TV. So
Okay.
There's
Cool.
Showtime Networks on it.
So
yeah, that's where I saw it, and then I bought it from like a VHS store when they were selling their like used tapes like years later. But
I remember it being really decent quality for like 4x3. So you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's a good disc.
So yeah, I guess quickly we got to step into 1994's very special film featuring John Carpenter called Silence of the Hams.
You have this one ready, Max, or was that just me?
Gosh. Oh my God. No.
I got to let Ryan take the charge on this one.
So this is a Malaysian spoof movie, or Malaysian released Italian spoof of all kinds of films. It spoofs Psycho, it spoofs Silence of the Lambs, obviously. And I mean, it's a lot of like sight gags. You've got all kinds of, you know, things that you would see in what's his name, the I'm drawing a blank.
I mean, it's like a
Abram Zucker movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And
or like a scary movie.
Oh yeah, well before that.
Jurassic Pork.
Yep.
I remember seeing that in the video store and just passing by it a lot.
It's not great, but John Carpenter's in it. He's
Yes.
in like an opening sequence, pretty much like the movie's just getting going, and there's a scene where there's a shootout between the cops and the guys robbing, and they're like point blank from each other and shooting, and they can't hit anybody, but like every person who walks by just keeps getting shot, and the bodies are piling up, and this guy who's like limping comes by, and it's John Carpenter just hanging out. I sent Sam a photo, so you can
put that up,
it, like, you know, right there. But it's pretty ridiculous, and it's got a great cast. You've got Billy Zane, which you can't go wrong.
Hell yeah.
Dom DeLuise.
Okay.
Just ridiculousness, and lots of cameos. If you look it up, like, you'll miss them if you're not paying attention. But it's a lot of visual gags and things like that. So
yeah, I don't know how they got him in there, but
by the way, if you go to Malaysia, this is a Malaysian release, so hit the Malaysian open markets.
It'll be a comment there. Yeah.
Probably. It's got Phyllis Diller. Let's see who else is in here.
No, I
She's
need
huge
it.
in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Love Phyllis Diller.
Rip Taylor's in it.
Oh my
hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Rip and Phyllis. Jeez.
yeah, no subtitles.
Okay.
It's actually a pretty good quality picture. Like, I was surprised. I almost passed up buying it, and I'm like, you know, it's so stupid looking. And I enjoyed it. It was dumb, but it was the good kind
podcast
of
gold, man.
Yeah.
And the ending was like a Scooby-Doo like nonsense the whole way through it. I'm not going to spoil it, but every single person like ripped off a mask and was somebody else who was also in the movie. Oh, it was great. And the guy who played Gomez Adams.
Oh, nice. John Aston?
Yeah,
Like, or
he's in
the
it,
original,
and like they literally like snap like every time he comes on the screen, like in the Addams Family. It's just so good. So like
Wow.
it's got its moments. It's a little dumb, but it's got its
Right.
moments. But it's got John Carpenter, so we had to talk about it, and because it exists.
It's part of the whole, you know, his oeuvre.
Yeah.
So also in 1994, I went to see a John Carpenter film multiple times in the theater. And contrary to what Haller says, this movie fucks. And it's one of my favorite John Carpenter films. It's called In the Mouth of Madness. And if you love Stephen King and H.P. Lovecraft, you're going to love this. So Sam Neill from Memoirs of an Invisible Man returns as this guy, this take no shit kind of fraud investigator. He's working, you know, insurance scams. And he finds out that this author has gone missing. Charlton Heston is in the movie playing the guy that hires him to go look for this missing author. And come to find out the missing author is in the town that he writes about, the kind of, you know, Derry, Maine, or, you know, whatever, Arkham, Massachusetts of his stories. He's there, and everyone thinks it's probably some sort of scam. And let's go find this dude. And come to find out, you have DTS flex. Come to find out, yeah, there's some creepier shit going on than just a plain old insurance scam. So, freaking love this movie. And John Carpenter does the score again. It's got like super Metallica vibes. It's total Enter Sandman over the opening credits. Yeah, it's fun stuff. There's a beautiful Japanese cover as well. Do you have that, Luke?
I've never seen that movie, so no.
Oh,
no.
man.
Yeah, I gotta say, the first time I saw this it was super late at night. And it was just me in the theater, and it ended well after midnight or whatever. So like the entire staff had already left, except for maybe one person somewhere. So there's a movie driving someone crazy in the concept of the film. And then I was just like alone in a movie theater at the end of it. Freaked the fuck out of me. So
Wow.
yeah. And I walked out to my car and there was nobody there. There's no ushers. There was no anybody. And I was just like, I was just my car in the parking lot out front. I was just like, oh shit. So
that brings back a lot of memories of watching midnight movies, and then when you're done, just everything was shut down. Like except with the managers or something. All the concessions were closed, and
just dark tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
Is anyone back to like movies that are starting at midnight or really close to now? Because
Good question.
Still isn't.
I only watch movies at 8:30 in the morning, so
The new pack still is doing midnights.
Okay.
That's
Have you seen this in 35 Max or no?
I haven't seen the whole thing. I watched like a quick like trying to recap of this, and I swear I saw this as a kid.
You might have.
Didn't see, like, I never saw the whole thing, but this just literally hit like a nerve of a weird, like fucking bizarre ass dream that I had, like almost like a reoccurring dream that when I was a kid. And it was that scene where they're just like driving in like infinite darkness.
Yes.
And that was the exact premise of my dream. It was so weird. Totally freaked me out.
That whole scene, man, it just goosebumps to everybody that saw it. It's so creepy. It's just they're driving, like they see this little kid on a bike with like the spokes with the card flapping, and then like he turns into an old man, and like, oh, it's just so. This is probably like the dreamiest, kind of strangest Carpenter film.
Straight up giving me chills. The dream that I had, I was like, I mean, I don't even know what age I was it was infinite darkness. It was like a bathtub car, and I fell out of the freaking sky into this.
Damn.
Exact screen. Like when I saw it on screen, I was like, oh my God, that's vivid out of my mind. That's so crazy.
This is totally make you think you're crazy kind of movie.
Yeah.
So
I
know Vinny watched it recently. He kind of liked it, but I don't know.
I thought he did like it. I thought
he did, but
I thought he would. Yeah.
It's about books, so
this is the best film in John Carpenter's career.
Yeah, right? Who said that? Paul Wonder from WBAI.
Oh yeah, Paul Wonder. You guys know Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, Paul never says stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got a commentary track on here. It's not the best because it's him and the cinematographer, so it's not as peppy as him and Kurt Russell, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. And this is a GTS version.
780 on the AM for those of you in Illinois.
Yeah. But yeah. The soundtrack, I'm sure it bumps in DTS because there's some good like jump scares and things like that.
It was a good one. I enjoyed it. Listen loud.
And there's a great John Carpenter joke because Sam Neill is in the beginning in an insane asylum and they're blasting Carpenter's music over, and he's just like, oh no, not the Carpenters. So good. All right. Ready to move on? All right. Gonna move on to 1995. I'm sure Ryan's got a DTS of this prepared as well. Village of the Damned.
Into a Japanese person.
Ah, nice. Mix it up a little bit. All right. Everybody seen this or no?
People always say I look like them, so.
Oh wow.
Watch it, but I haven't seen this one.
It's got Michael Pare in it. He's Wolfpack's favorite actor.
Now I have.
Quality actor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Christopher Reeves and freaking Eddie and the Cruisers. What can I do? I have to see it.
It's like Christopher Reeves' like last kind of big role, like before his accident. So.
Ooh.
I enjoyed it a lot. Like
I did too.
Really good. Like the kids were fucking creepy. Like, and they
100%.
They were well orchestrated. It didn't feel forced. Like you're just like, holy shit, these kids are fucking creepy in the most like creepy and uniform ways. And you're like, ooh. And like whole, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but one of the kids didn't make it through birth, and that whole like tie-in was just even creepier. Like it's like, ooh. So yeah, no, it was really good, and smoking DTS as well. So
But yeah, it got slammed hard by the critics. Like they freaking said this was like the worst thing ever. So I was expecting total shit by the time I saw it, and it's pretty damn good. It's intense, and yeah, you feel for Christopher Reeve dealing with these little evil kids, man. He's like the only one that can stand up to them. Mark Hamill's in it too. It's a great kind of yeah. He's a priest, which is funny, and everyone that stands up to him, man, they just get their little glowy eyes going. And Kirstie Alley's in it too, so it's an interesting cast. Yeah,
I'm excited about this one.
I really liked Christopher Reeve in it. Like I thought it was super solid.
Yeah, it's definitely a sleeper. So it was underrated. And I remember even Video Watchdog magazine, which was like the big like nerds like cult film magazine, they were just tearing it to shreds, and they were like saying that it made absolutely no sense, and they were like calling out all these plot, but they're like, what was she doing carrying this thing? And then I watched it, I'm like, oh, they totally explained all that. Was this guy just like smoking a big bong like when he watched this movie and fell asleep? Because it completely makes sense. Like,
I mean, probably.
Probably, I guess, yeah.
Where does this fall into like the Children of the Corn kind of vibe? Is this even on the same playing field, or?
Yeah, it's got a similar-ish kind of vibe to that. Yeah.
Okay. And like the origin of the children is kind of explained and fleshed out too, which is kind of nice. Like, but not in like a tell the whole story. Like, this happened in other towns too, and here's what they had to do.
It's also got Big Fog vibes too. It's very. They might as well be in Antonio Bay. Like, it's got like the small town, and there's like a fair, like a town fair they're putting together. So it's really got that small, California town thing going for it. So.
Okay. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I think you would dig it. So, yeah, underrated shit for sure. And then, I guess we got to move into 1996, huh?
we kind of.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to talk about the big sequel, Escape from LA. Yeah. All right, who's going to take this one on?
Well, it's got Snake Plissken in it.
It does. He's back.
I feel like they like made an animated series and then just decided to turn it into a live action movie.
Yeah.
And to use the animation practically, but in a CG method. Like literally, were they like, hey, let's just CG the shit out of everything and hope it looks good on screen? Like,
big water scene is, oh my god.
Doesn't he surf or something? Yeah.
With Peter Fonda.
Oh my goodness.
Like. I feel like they were making fun of the first movie, like how
they totally
the
are.
first one was, and
yeah,
it hurts.
They're like parroting themselves, basically.
Yeah, it basically is a parody because the plot is the exact same structure. Like there's a scene in the first one where Kurt Russell like hits a wall, so he just sits down in the chair and puts his head in his hand. He does the exact same thing at the exact same time in this, and then. Of course, like instead of Cabby coming up, it's Steve Buscemi coming up in a car. It's like it's the exact same movie. Instead of the wrestling, there's a basketball scene. That's exactly the same.
Oh god, the basketball scene. Oh my god, so bad. Oh, it's so unnecessary.
Yeah,
just from the back alone, into the 9.6 quaked Los Angeles of 2013.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was the best part. Like Los Angeles. Fell into the ocean. And we're like, okay.
And this was like, this was like LA quake time. So it was kind of like a hot current issue at the time. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's just like, it's hilarious to me. It's supposed to be 2013.
Yeah. All right. The positive parts, Bruce Campbell as the Surgeon General of Beverly Hills is pretty cool. Yeah, that's one of the brighter points. And what's the other bright point? The White Zombie's on the soundtrack. That's Pam Grier's in it. So.
Yeah, Pam Grier's in it. Yeah, that's bonus.
Yeah.
So I was working at the theater when this came out. Sorry. And I don't think I really knew Escape from New York at that time. So I was a little confused as to, Snake is back.
What? Where was he?
Yeah. I saw it before seeing Escape from New York. I think I remember the surfing scene the most. But was this like one of the first times where they did, like, how many years difference is this? Is this like at least 10 years?
15?
Yeah, 15? Like 15 years.
It's like one of the first like big chunks of time between sequels.
Yeah, it's one of the first ones I remember seeing that was that much time between them. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, Kurt Russell looked badass in his leathers and shit. Still,
Yeah.
but, like,
Then after this, I feel like Kurt Russell didn't really come back until Vanilla Sky, but that wasn't too far off of this movie, right? So he was still working.
Yeah, that was what, very early 2000s. So
Yeah.
So this was 96. So
I mean, Kurt Russell never really left us, Luke.
He did.
He's
though.
always here.
But in Vanilla Sky,
Jeez.
yeah.
yeah, in Vanilla
he
Sky,
was
when we
in
saw
Stargate.
him, I'm like, oh, Kurt Russell's back.
Soldier.
Oh, I missed you.
Yep. Oh yeah, Soldier after this. So
So
Yeah.
I mean, he had some stuff.
but yeah, I mean this had some
Okay,
strong
decision.
competition, like Joe's Apartment was playing, and of course Independence Day, but
The blockbuster Dynamo Joe's Apartment was really pummeling Escape from LA.
Yeah. But it was funny because I went to go see it with my parents. So it's like me and my dad really bonded over Escape from New York. So it was great having us get together and both going meh over this one. So at the same time, it's cool LD though, right? I mean, THX.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean the THX really helped highlight how bad the CG was. Like, my God.
Yeah, I mean that bit where like you see Universal City like underwater and like I mean it's a cute concept and everything, but it's pretty bad like execution.
2013. It's just hilarious to me to see something so.
Yeah.
This is from '97. That's that far past. 2013 has already passed. Like, it's just
Right?
hilarious.
Well, Back to the Future 2 was what, 2012?
15.
15?
Yeah, 15, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
but all right. And it's past LaserDisc time, but they actually were going to do a third film in the series, which turned into something else that strangely I like more than this. But next we got to go into 1998's.
Wait, what are you talking
territory.
about? What was the third one going to be?
Well, I'll mention it after.
Okay.
But yeah, we got to move into vampires, right? Is it vampires time? Yeah. I still haven't picked this up on. I just have, of course, an old Twilight Time Blu-ray kicking around. I think this movie's it's fun.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like one of his most Western-ish films. Yeah, might as well be a Western, but with vampires.
So it's the Quentin Tarantino Western vampire?
Yeah, I mean it did come out after From Dusk Till Dawn, so definitely it was some. I guess everyone loves the book more than this. I never read the book, so. But yeah, it's got Terry Silver as the main vampire villain, so you gotta like him. And James Woods is just like such a. I mean, he's a cantankerous, like he might as well be John Carpenter playing himself, but just younger. Perfect role for this kind of movie. So
yeah, you throw James Woods in a movie like this, it's gonna kick.
Yeah, he's just such a dick. And yeah, Cheryl Lee from Twin Peaks, isn't it? So
Wow.
No, I really enjoy it. It's really nice LaserDisc. It's got a good sound mix. Like for a later release, it's somewhat obtainable. It's not going to be $10, but you can probably get it for like 50, 60. Like it's a really, really nice, showcase pressing for the format.
Yeah.
So.
And if you like vampires getting dragged slowly by winches, this movie is right up your alley because there's nonstop, very slow vampire dragging.
And the blood spattering on the obi is just
it's a nice touch.
That's just extra. So
mine's obi-less, but it was it's less expense, obi. So I was just happy to have it.
No, it's a good one to have. Like enjoyable all the way through.
Yeah. Got it relatively recently. Haven't seen it yet. I was waiting to watch it.
They did make some sequels with like Bon Jovi and stuff, but John Carpenter didn't direct those.
Wait,
so
what?
Yeah.
You just glazed over that. What?
Yeah. If you love Bon Jovi and vampires, you might want to check out the sequel.
Oh,
is it Los Muertos? Was that the one with Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But yeah, sadly, that's it for John, right? He did like a TV movie in '99 called Silent Predators, which I don't think is on LaserDisc.
No.
And the movie I was saying was supposed to be Escape from Mars, turned into Ghosts of Mars. And Snake Plissken turned into Desolation Williams, played by Ice Cube. And that movie fucks. I like that movie a lot.
Got a good soundtrack too. Just came out.
He got like Anthrax dudes. He's got like Steve Vai, Buckethead, like everyone and their mother just jamming out on that soundtrack.
Yeah, and if you read the liner notes, because I just listened to the soundtrack recently, Carpenter's like, yeah, I learned to use, like, I think he said like Pro Tools or something, and he like credits Ice Cube for being like, he's the reason why I did it this way. It's pretty awesome.
I wish it was on LD. I would definitely buy a Japanese.
That'd be like a $2,000 LaserDisc.
Yeah, that'd be a PILF 2800 for sure, or 28,000. Yeah,
that would outlast the Cell. Maybe come out right after that. That would have been awful.
Yeah, like imagine like a movie that cool as one of the very last.
Oh God, yeah. Tokyo Raiders 4500, Ghost of Mars.
Ghost of Mars. Hell yeah.
So he's pretty close to having his complete. I mean, he kind of stops after Ghost of Mars. He stopped directing, right?
He just did The Ward and then some TV stuff. The Ward is like super gun for hire. Like it's not like widescreen like his normal stuff. It's not his music. Like anybody really could have directed. It's okay. It's capable, but like anybody could have directed it. Really.
By just did, you mean 12 years ago?
Right. Yeah. Good point.
So it's interesting going through these people's discography or video, whatever, filmographies. A lot of these movies, it seemed like he was just doing it for hire. I think I read some of it, like even Christine was just like, I needed a job. Like and he knocked it out of the park. But then other ones are just, he's a working director. Like he did it to make money. Anyway.
Yeah, I think the lost opportunity was he did the Masters of Horror series. He did 2 episodes per life, and one that was really cool called Cigarette Burns with Norman Reedus, and that could have been like his next In the Mouth of Madness because it's like about a cursed film. It's kind of like The Ninth Gate. It's like a guy looking for this film that like supposedly was screened once and made everyone go mad, and it's pretty. It would have made a cool feature, and it's actually a little too tight in a TV series episode, so. That would have been like a badass swan song for his ass, but sadly, it's just a TV show. Worth hunting down though. But.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
All right, so we got to pick a John Carpenter, like to go on a desert island with, like the one to rule them all. What's it going to be?
So tough.
You got to take one of these discs with you. This is the Wolfpick.
Oh my God, that's so hard.
I know.
It's not that hard. I mean, you can have many choices, but I mean, whichever one you pick is probably a decent one.
Yeah, I mean,
Dark Star, obviously, right? Dark Star.
Here's mine.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's either Big Trouble or The Thing, right? Like for me,
I'm taking They Live.
For me, it's Big Trouble or Halloween, actually. So.
I was on the.
I mean, I'd take any one of them though. Like if they're like, well, you get a random one of those. Okay.
Yeah, true, right?
Damn it.
All right.
You guys really taught me a lesson.
I think The Thing is probably, like the best movie, like a best filmmaking.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Like
for 100%.
But then Big Trouble is like the most crowd pleasing like movie I would actually want to watch forever and ever.
Oh yeah. Like if I watched Big Trouble and then someone else came in the room and was like, "Oh man, I haven't seen that. Like let's watch it again." I'd be like, "Yeah, okay."
Oh darn.
I'd be like, "Let's do it." All right, should we talk about like pickups and actual things that are not John Carpenter, or do we have time for that?
Okay,
sure.
Did we buy LaserDisc? Did we all get LaserDiscs this time around?
I don't know. Do I have any? I don't know. Let me see if I
you got any, Sam?
Yeah. I didn't buy any except for a couple Luke discs, and I think some he just like sent to me because he's stealthy, so he's gonna have to act surprised. I was gonna say this for the Hong Kong episode, but I don't really have enough pickups, so I gotta show it to you now. But he sent me the Moon Warriors.
Nice.
This is actually the one, of course, where they just took the jacket and then they just covered up the part 1 there, and then they just made Prinko reissue it, so it's got a little bit of prinkage. It's just the audio, but the analog on side 1 is okay. So I was like, all right, I can listen to it in Mandarin and then watch side 2 in Cantonese. That's fine. So thanks, Luke.
Yeah, so that's a Hawaii disc. Came straight from Hawaii.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's pretty nice shape and everything. It's got the Phobie. Yeah.
Yep, and that's really why I thought about it. You taught me about those phobies. So I was like, oh, you'll like this one.
Cool. Oh yeah, Luke also sent this banging BGM or BGV of Fireworks.
Cool.
Okay, funny story. That's also from Hawaii. I thought it was actual like a disc of fireworks. My wife likes fireworks. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get that. It's not. It's a musical thing. Yeah, so
There are some fireworks in it though.
Is it?
At one point.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
there
it's
are
not
some.
like- It's not like just fireworks.
Yeah, no.
That's just- no.
It's just like music and funky imagery, and it's only one side. But one of the tracks is the first track is called Broadway Boogie Woogie. It's a track by Ryuichi Sakamoto from Yellow Magic Orchestra, one of my favorite bands.
I've
my
never heard
God.
that ever.
Yeah, so there you go. He's right there on the front.
Cool.
Okay.
So
See?
cool.
Yeah, I planned that out just right. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I meant to
You
do.
wanted that.
Great work, Luke. Great work.
It's not just
That's
about
why-
getting rid of shit from my house.
What else did Luke send me? He sent me a label with a wrestler. So is that Andre the
Nice.
Giant?
No, it's not.
No, yeah, it's not. So who is that?
I don't. That was sent to me from some record label. I don't know.
Yeah, it's too
I have
blurry.
no idea.
Sorry. And then I always like Luke always sends the important cards from his desk.
Yep.
And with a special note on the back. I don't know if you can read it.
Nope.
Obies are lame.
Yeah.
And then what's on the inside? Here's that crap you wanted. But
Those
yeah,
from my mother-in-law gave them to me. Yeah. Very
nice. So yeah, you sent me Seconds, which we were talking about in the chat pretty hotly, and I didn't have this widescreen edition. So thanks, Luke.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're welcome.
And this is the last one. Japanese Ronin.
Nice.
We were,
Nice.
Luke watched
Ooh.
this and was like, "Yeah, I'm good." So I was like, "I love that movie." And so yeah, now me and Spencer can talk about Ronin Laserdiscs all day long.
Amazing.
I'll have to get some of the. It looks really nice too. I watched this like that night, so that it came out.
That's a
And,
smoke and transfer.
Really is. It's really gorgeous. Like this is one of those ones you could fool your friends into thinking you were watching the DVD. So I'll
Wow.
have to get some of the American prints at some point. But awesome jacket too. I mean the Obi's lame, but it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, too bad. It'd be good if the movie was good, but whatever.
Wow.
Brutal. That's it. That's all my LDs for the moment. What do you got, Ryan?
I got a few things.
Famous last words.
I'm excited to see what Ryan's got right now.
We'll start out in the States and then we'll go a little more
All right.
exciting. Finally dwindling down.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay.
It's actually sealed, which is lame. Don't give me sealed Laserdiscs. Open
That's
them.
got Trevor's theme song Voodoo Child in it.
But
Oh
this
yeah.
one was hard to track down.
Wait. I thought you were done. I thought the dragon.
I thought it was
one
Pocahontas was the last one, or Dragon. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Dragon was the hard one.
There-
Thank you, Haller, who's gone now. We made a little trade, which he
you killed him for
He
this?
might,
What?
yeah. he might shoot a pickups video from Windows Movie Maker. We'll see.
Nice.
But I traded him for Pocahontas, which is a impossible to find for less than $100 movie, which is dumb because it's
Man.
still Pocahontas, which last time I checked is cringe across the board.
You need that DTS though, man.
But,
the LFE track fucks.
This was the last one I needed to purchase. Now there is one more sitting in Sweden, but I paid for it. It just will be coming in a box at some point, so we'll go over that whenever it comes. But
Okay.
yeah,
How
this
many
was,
total DTS discs are there?
I think 110.
Yeah, it's over
Holy
100.
shit.
Yep. So I am DTS complete, which is way fucking cooler than Criterion.
Yeah, sure. Go fuck yourself.
And do you have all the Japanese like releases too, right? Or just
No,
American?
I just picked up the titles. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need both copies of Die Hard DTS because
Okay.
I mean, if I get them, I get them, but I'm not gonna go out.
Wait,
and
are you mix and match? Do you have some Japanese, some?
I have like two
exclusives?
Japanese. I have the exclusive one, which is Ransom,
Yeah.
and then I have like a hard target that I got for $7 or something.
Wait,
And
are you talking about Japanese ones?
yeah,
So Ransom is only Japanese DTS.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only Japanese exclusive
Okay.
DTS, and then I have the DTS Experience disc because I can't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's dope.
But there's like a demo disc too, but I don't care about that. Like,
All right.
it's like some weird promo that they only sent to stores, and I
Good
can't. I'm not gonna watch it and be like, man, this demo disc smokes. I loved watching both sides for 12 minutes.
You still get it when you trip across it at some point.
Yeah, I mean, if I trip across it, great. But title complete, and the last
Yeah.
one's coming once I talk to Sweden and call them
Yeah.
up and be like, hey,
Damn Sweden.
send some, nukes to Ukraine or something and get this over with, and give me some DTS discs.
Give me some DTS, yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, we'll keep it in the family friendly zone.
Okay.
we're gonna show off a little
Oh,
Around the World with Timon and Pumbaa, which I think is like a Singapore release.
Wow.
This one's actually sealed, so I'm a little sad about it because like I don't want to open it because it's like these are impossible enough to find and then add sealed on top of it. Like this is the original. Like I mean, but it's apparently like they're going around to countries. I don't know if it's like episodes spliced together of the.
Do they sing
TV
songs?
series.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like a TV thing, right?
Well, they do sing songs because it says showcased by Timon and Pumbaa's own wacky rendition of the all-time favorite song "Stand by Me."
What? That's what?
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but I mean,
God.
it's entirely in English. It says English version, which I don't know if there's a non-English version, but whatever.
Wow.
Maybe there was on like VHS. I don't know. And then we'll go a little bit more serious. Got
Oh, sick.
Batman 1 and 2.
Sweet.
That's
And
awesome.
then we'll keep that going. Batman 3 and 4.
Hell yeah.
And these are all like 4 episodes each. So really, really cool discs.
Nice.
And then, of course, the last one, Batman 5 and 6. So
he's in that plant. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
I hope he makes it. But it's 2 episodes per side. No subtitles or anything like that because subtitles are lame. But,
like Obi's.
Yeah.
Subtitles kind of cool.
And then let me make sure I got these in order because I got another 3 for you.
Okay.
Now I had gotten these.
Oh, sick.
Look at that bitch.
I ended up with some broken ones, and I was like, oh shit. So and I thought the broken ones were enough to, ruin my ability to get the complete run. But I wrote it down wrong on my spreadsheet, and I had volume 2 was the broken one, and I didn't think I had another one coming, and that's the one that showed up. So I got super lucky. I'll be honest, because these are impossible to find, and there's a volume 2 on eBay for $200. But I mean, that's lame. So yeah, I got all these Spider-Man ones, which again, there's like 4 episodes per disc, and it's
which
classic.
is that 90s animated series?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's had a few, but
and no subtitles or anything crazy like that. They're all just in English, which is great. But they are not easy to find. So really, really happy. And then I got some real movies too. Just, can't watch animation all the time. I got this movie called Piranha.
Oh my God.
Starring
looks
Alexander Paul of Baywatch, who's still
I've seen
on.
Piranha, and that looks slightly different.
This is different Piranha. This is the 95 Piranha.
Oh,
the good
that
one.
one. Yeah.
Obviously the good one.
Yeah.
And I believe this is a Singapore release. I didn't write it down. Let's see. Malaysian release. The Piranha was big in Malaysia. So
love that artwork.
oh yeah, the artwork is great. It's way better than the US one, which people like go nuts over.
Why didn't we do that in best? Oh, we didn't have it yet.
We haven't had
artwork.
best Malaysian covers.
True.
You guys don't want to contribute. It's lame.
We can just sit here and watch you all night. That's fine.
Yeah.
Battle Rats.
I thought it said Battle Bats at first. Damn, look at that cover.
It's a Taiwan LaserSoft release, which they made. They had all kinds of cool US crap. This looks like one of those movies that they might have filmed in the Philippines because like all of the secondary characters are not American.
Yeah.
So really, really cool. Just awesome cover.
Sick poster. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And I'm sure that none of those people actually look like the stars, but who cares?
Yeah, there's probably no actual helicopters in the film.
Yep. One more kids movie. The Skateboard Kid 2. Fans of the Skateboard Kid.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Look at the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Everything about this just
Literally,
screams
that's like a holy grail right there.
He's got a little dog.
How did this get made? Like, what was the target? And I believe this is this is another Malaysian only. Apparently Malaysia was balling for LaserDiscs at one point. Not something I would have seen coming, but
I think that's one of like 3 skateboard centric films, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's doing some moves on a little mini ramp there. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, so like you've got classic skateboard movies that everyone collects, and then you've got Skateboard Kid 2 that everybody wishes they could collect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Moving on, We got a little bit of Don the Dragon Wilson with Lion Strike, aka Ring of Fire 3. So finishes the trilogy.
Wow.
With more Don, and this is a Taiwan release. This is TKT. So
is his hand like pumping out smoke? What's going on there? It's like,
he's just in a fighting pose.
Yeah, it just looked like there was like
can't see it.
Yeah, it looked like discolored, right? Or is that just like the disc discolored?
It's like the way that they did it. I don't know.
Weird.
It's really weird how they did the colors.
But that was like Last Dragon. Like it's a power.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got the glow.
But this one, even though like it's a TKT release, no subtitles. That'd be lame. But nice quality transfer. Moving on, we've got District 33, Lethal Zone.
Who's the dude?
That dude looks lethal. I don't even know. It's Francisco Quinn. You know, you've heard of Francisco Quinn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Quinn, yeah.
Anthony Quinn's godson.
Yeah, and it's got Richard Clayman too of
he was in
District 43.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But like the movie on IMDb is District 33. I have no idea what the hell it is. But another Taiwan release, Taiwan Laser Soft, which just had the goofiest titles. It's like they got some contract where they were guaranteed like X American movies, and the back half were all District 33. But,
wow.
All right, I got two more.
All right.
This one I really pushed to get, and I had to add it to LaserDisc database. This is Executive Command featuring Michael Dudikoff.
Wow.
You know you've got a premium feature with the Dudikoff.
And that, with the stealth, it definitely is not Executive Decision. It's not trying to fool you into thinking it is.
No. And the funny thing is the US like title is Strategic Command or something like that. So like they definitely weren't trying to get the buy-in in the foreign markets.
Yeah.
No. But
he's got two pistols different directions, so that's cool.
He's a badass. He's probably
But he's looking straight ahead. He doesn't need to look over there. Yeah.
So that's two podcasts in a row with brand new Dudikoffs to everyone's radar. So watch out. The Dudikoff library has expanded if you're trying to go complete.
Damn, what's the 40 million on there? It says something about
40 million innocent lives are at stake.
Oh,
so,
damn.
Here we go. 5 international terrorists.
Okay.
They missed the space.
Oh yeah. One
Gulf War hero. 40 million innocent lives at stake. Yeah, like so they've got the comma here, and then you've got the international numbering again. It's all over the place. But this one is also no subtitles, and I believe this is a Indonesian release. So, and then I got one more. This one I had seen a few years back, and it popped up on eBay, and it was $200. And I'm like, that's dumb. And I'm like, no one's gonna buy that. And then it disappeared the next day, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe somebody was gonna buy it, but I'm not. But it's got one of the greatest covers of all time, so I'm really excited. I finally have a copy of The Last Match. So this is a 19.
The guy's got a bazooka.
Oh my god!
It's like a 1978 movie where the football team goes to rescue this guy's daughter because the government won't.
The Denver Broncos?
It's probably like a ripoff. I think that might be like I think it's a nondescript ripoff of the Denver Broncos. But like,
oh my God.
Just the cover is the most amazing cover ever. You've got football players in full gear with automatic rifles and bazookas and shit, and you've got fire and you've got helicopters, and it's just everything you could ask for.
Yeah.
And it doesn't let down on the back. Like you've got diamonds and pads in a plane.
Nice.
So,
wow.
But this is The Last Match. It's I believe it might be an Italian film in English. I know it's in English, but it's just something I never thought I would find, and I found it in, of course, Indonesia, and it came here after a while in a boat. So I'm really, really excited. But yeah, just really common household titles again.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
like usual.
Luke, you're probably not doing any pickups because you already mailed them all.
I have a few that I left. So I do have some.
Sweet.
4 actually. So I am in Japan, and I've been here for about 5 days, and I've already mailed back like 70 pounds of LaserDiscs.
Dude, I mean, you've been hitting the streets like every day.
Every day. The other day, I literally had to take a break. I'm like, I'm going to just lay down and not do anything because it's physically demanding just to keep going and keep looking and just like nonstop. I love it, but then I'm like, I gotta slow down.
I just like the photos of like the mega rare, like, Taj Mahal records and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're saying, like, $400 records and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that during records. This is just LDs. The first few days I was just doing like straight my spots, the spots I would go to all the time. There's a few hard offs around here, and then there's ones that I would go out farther. There's two that are close to base that just had like all these late releases, like just shit, just like you start flipping through and you see one late release, like oh, like it's just some guy died and they dropped him off, and then here you go. All right, so I kept 4 that I'm just gonna I wanted to show off, but also maybe carry back because I have a little carrying case that I bring back, ones I don't want to get hurt or anything. First one I found. So what?
Smart.
Yeah, it is.
You're smart.
Yeah, I'm a smart guy. First one I found is Night Force. This,
man, so jealous.
Linda Blair, Linda Blair action movie, right? Do you know anything more about this, Cushing?
No, I just know that it exists, and I've seen the cover, and I want it.
There's no DVD, right? There's no it was just VHS, and I searched online, and there's some VHS reviews of it, but I honestly, Ryan's probably going to get it eventually, but I just wanted to check it out. It's sealed. It's like Japanese sealed, which is looser.
Yep. Yeah.
Real tight. It's pretty cool.
I love the Japanese bags because they don't wreck the jacket. Yeah, like American shrink wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. One old Linda Blair there, just being a badass.
Yeah. So good.
All right. Another one I found is again late release, just hanging out in the bins, in the dollar bins here. You got a nice Small Soldiers.
Excellent.
This movie is so terrible. I saw it in the theater, but everyone seems to. Everyone wants to get Small Soldiers on Laserdisc for some reason.
I still haven't seen it.
It was super good cheese. Like if you were that age, if you were the right age, if you were my age, you saw it and you're just like, this is so good. The toys, like they're shooting people and
And, Toy Story's lame compared to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Famous. I always think about it as Phil Hartman's last movie, right? Which is a damn shame that this was the last thing he did.
That's a swan song.
Yeah. Okay, 2 other ones. I went to a spot that I usually does not have anything. I was going to look for some clothes for my daughter, and I just, I went over to their records, and oh shit, they had some stuff. First one I found was a nice Scream. Just a nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
It's okay. So these 2 discs were the last discs in the bin. Okay. So we pulled out this one. Okay. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is the uncut version or not.
I was just going to ask you about that. So
I think it is, but let me just double check while you're going to the next one. We'll confirm.
Oh, I'll wait until you look it up because
we'll just play the Jeopardy theme.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it is.
Or Big Trouble in Little China theme.
Okay, so the next one I picked up, just no big deal in the dollar bin. After that, Scream. What was the next one? What do you think the next one would be?
Scream 3.
Scream 3.
Oh my god.
No big deal. Just in the dollar bin.
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
It's like, oh.
I'm so proud of you for getting that. That makes a trip.
God.
Like that's
Dude.
awesome.
Wow.
I mean, easily a $500 disc. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't even know nowadays what it's been going for.
The open market would say that, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was super excited. Last one in the bin. I was just, fuck me. Yes. Yeah. It's so weird. So, go ahead.
Yeah, yes, the Scream is the 111-minute version.
Okay.
So, yes.
Oh, cool.
Which is the last time it was released unrated because Disney owns it now.
Yes. And it's much better. The extra few, I've said it before, the few seconds really does add to it. I watched the new Scream movie on the plane over. I liked it. It was good. It was very meta. It was just.
Yeah, it's tough to say that, but
it was decent. I liked it. That's it. I mean, again, I've found so many. I found a good rock DTS the other day. I found just Nothing to Lose. I found.
I mean, it's no Scream 3, but you know.
Yeah.
Definitely is that was the big one. No other. Last time I was here in October, I did find a bunch of PILF 28s, but that's the only one I found so far.
Yeah, darn right.
Good problems. Yeah.
Yeah, problem. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's been a logistic nightmare to, because I gotta pack them up, and then I gotta get them to the post office here, and the post office here is being stupid, and they only do click and ship, and it's just like, oh my god, and you start freaking out. It's like, what am I gonna do with all these pounds of discs? Like, I'm not like I don't want to just throw them away. No way. No. I got to get them home. How am I going to do this? And
I'm stressed by the excess LaserDiscs I have in my house that technically I don't have to really do anything with, but I can only imagine being in a hotel room.
Yeah, in Japan,
yeah.
I couldn't physically just bring them home.
Yeah.
On the plane.
You can send them to Kobos, who will then hold them for you.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking like that.
But it's like, yeah, you have that ability to send things over, and
right,
because a lot of people say like, oh, I'd love to go to Japan, I just buy so many discs, and but like, yeah, then what would you do with them?
Right. Yeah. So I do want to talk, and I do stress that a lot. It is a physical grind to go to all these places. I was out, I want to say 12 hours the days I was out, just like all day. Yep. And you got to fuel right, you got to it's a grind. It really is. It's fun. But it was better when I was living here, when I would do it like once every 2 weeks or something. Just, I'm going out for the day, and then I come back. Yep. But when I'm here for just a little amount of time, I'm like, I have to hit everything. I have to do it, or I only have this set amount of time before I have to leave. But yes, you're right. Okay, cool. You're going to go out and get all these discs. How are you going to get them back? Like, how are you going to? Because you go to the post office. You can go to the Japanese post office. It's going to cost a lot though to get them, and it's going to take a while.
Yep.
But the weird thing about the post office here, when I was living here, the customs form, you could just handwrite it, and it was super easy. Boop, boop, LaserDisc, and they would just slap it on. And then right as I was leaving, they said, no more handwritten customs. You have to do it online through USPS or whatever. And that was annoying. And for a while, I was just like, you can do it. Just do it. Telling the guy. And these are young Navy kids who just happen to get orders to be the postal clerk in Japan, and that was annoying. But now with COVID, they said, no, you got to do the customs form, but I'm not doing any transactions. So it's all, they will only accept click and ship.
Just a handover, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. I'm like, I really want to look them in the face and say, does your grandmother thank you for your service? Because I'm telling you right now, go fuck yourself, because you do nothing. I'm going to call your grandmother and tell her the truth. You are a piece of shit. Have a good day. And
imagine that family cookout, and you're like, oh, my grandson's back home. Everyone's thank you for your service. And Luke just walks in. Fuck this guy.
You take that the fuck back.
This guy's a piece of shit. Yeah. What were you saying, Ryan?
Are you doing it through USPS, or are you going to do something like pirate?
Yes. I did. Well, my wife did it because my computer was being weird and I'm lazy. She was doing it through pirate ship. She did figure it out, and it has to be the combined customs, whatever. And she got it.
Awesome. So, yeah, pirate ship is a lifesaver.
Yeah, and they even suggest it at the post office. But yeah, I did it. They're all gone. I'm moving hotel rooms tomorrow, so that was like my goal. I have to get them all out by this day, because I'm going to a Japanese hotel after this.
Nice. You going to a capsule hotel?
No, I'm not going to a capsule hotel.
It's gonna be like you and a bunch of LaserDiscs crammed in there.
You just have discs falling on you all night.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot. We'll talk about records in a second. But
all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, what about Max? You got any LDs?
I have something special.
Oh, you got some swag or something?
I have something special. So
all right, let's see it.
I think I'll just straight up come out swinging here.
Hell yeah.
God.
Now we're talking.
That is
Oh, it's got the
awesome.
cord and everything.
Straight plugs in, huh? That's
It
great.
works.
Man,
That's awesome.
So
Do you need
can
a step
also
down or anything for
the
that?
photo of it working here, so people can see it.
yeah.
You need a step down converter or anything?
Oh yeah, good question, right?
Yeah, so I put this on a Variac and basically slow turned it up to what it needed to make sure it was good. But I plan to change it out because it's a little finicky in there. It's, you know, it's a fluorescent bulb.
Yep.
So I was planning to kind of, you can pretty easily, like literally from like Harbor Freight, get one that will fit into this same space, be American voltage, and then also not flicker and be finicky where you have to open it in order to get it working.
Nice.
That's awesome. And
That's
yeah,
really cool.
the writing was it? It's like record with a picture, or the picture comes out of the record, something like that. Yeah.
That with the little bit of Japanese there is.
Yeah, some kanji and some hiragana and a little bit of katakana at the end. So yeah,
Cool.
it's a good mix.
Nice. Yeah, it's double-sided.
Yep.
Same on both sides,
Sick.
but it's just, oh my God, this is like insane dream piece.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the other LaserDisc lights are pretty cool, but that one's cooler. I mean, no
This
offense to the
just
other
like-
LaserDisc lights.
Yeah, I mean, the other ones, it's like LaserDisc, and then the Pioneer is kind of an afterthought. This is like almost like shared billing with the Pioneer.
Yeah, and you get the cool bonus Japanese writing out there. It's got a bit of everything. I like it.
And it just basically brackets, like it would be ceiling mounted.
Yep.
So there would be brackets there, but yeah, the bottom has some interesting kind of like
Oh, vents, nice.
weird, but yeah. So yeah,
Sick.
I'm definitely gonna get this with a more usable
Were-
light.
Were you worried about shipping that? Like,
Oh my God, yeah, it's super worried.
I
But
can
I-
only imagine. Like,
Yeah, opening the box and just see shattered
Oh
pieces.
my
and,
gosh.
yeah.
I've had things happen like that.
Yeah.
I had the craziest one that I had shipped is, I mean, I'll try and tilt this up, but it's hard. I mean, it's hard to see it, but this one, the one here, this long one, it's like it's huge.
Yeah, how do you ship
Like,
that? Yeah.
They shipped it. I don't know. They shipped
Alright.
it to me, and it was not sold as the light part working. So I didn't care about that, plugging it in. I was like, just please, like, let the freaking Pioneer glass not break. Like,
Yeah.
I was so concerned.
Jesus, that's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh. But I mean, the actual like fluorescent inside that one, it had, one of the mounts had broken. And so it was in shipping inside the light, scraping at this one spot. And I was like, oh my God, I was just so glad it didn't physically scrape through or break or do anything crazy, because it's like huge metal brackets in there. But it was, I went to Harbor Freight. I got a light that literally was the exact size of what was in there.
You
It was
just plugged it
LED.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like freaking
Yeah.
like $5 from Harbor Freight. Cost nothing to get that working. And now I love that one so much. It's huge. It's like 6 feet long or something stupid. Like I love it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absurd. So okay,
Sick.
other cool swag. I got
other.
another
Oh,
one of
sick.
these. I couldn't even believe it. This one's actually in better shape than my one I have.
And that's from that same, like, what, Sound Recopel magazine or whatever?
Yeah,
I
so
think.
this
Yep.
is a book, and in the inside of it, there's a little 8-inch
Oh,
LaserDisc,
nice.
which goes with this. Has a lot of test patterns and things. The whole kind of inside tells you about.
Oh, yeah, the plugge signal and all that. Yep.
Yeah, and then they kind of go through, and there's just, I mean, there's titles, and there's I think there's like hardware in here. Yeah, there's some hardware.
Oh, man, that's rad.
It's so good. So I have two now, Sam. So if this needs to go on the shelf for you,
Yeah, I definitely would be down to experience that.
mind when I upgraded to mine's just like slightly less crispy white because it was a little sun faded on the
Oh, sure.
side.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, just a little,
I get the hand-me-down.
yeah, but it's still, I mean, this is literally
Yeah. The hand-me-down jeans.
it's so nice though.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, I'm trying to get as many LD books as possible in this room back here because all my music stuff's not in here. So I'm like, let's keep as many LD related things, in the room. So
Yeah. Do you need one of those big Emma's books?
I don't have a big Emma. Yeah. I need-
Well,
yeah.
now you will.
All right, cool.
I'll
We'll do
put
some
down
book
shelf
deals. Yeah.
I got
Damn.
these
With
were shipped.
laser vision disc.
These were on top of that sign when they came. So these were for safekeeping to keep that big sign safe.
Nice. Hell yeah. How
But
many
these
can you
are
fit in there?
just-
Like
I think you can
5
fit about-
plus?
I think you can fit about like 8
Hmm.
or
Yep.
9 in here.
Yep.
And especially if they don't have anything crazy like sleeve wise.
Yeah, we should get some for Luke so he could carry them around town looking cool.
No. You need like a heavy duty one. These ones are light
Not
duty.
big enough.
Yeah, we got
Light
the
duty.
attaché case. It's like,
Yeah. You need like the roller bag.
dragging it behind you.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
okay.
pretty sick.
Yeah, I was really excited about the sign and the freaking book. Jeez. So on disc side of things.
Nice.
I got that. I found that the other
No,
day.
really?
Yeah, I did. I found it here. Ryan's
So
gonna get it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
It's a TV show, right?
Yeah,
So
it's like a
it's
pilot.
is
Huh.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was just the mullet is what sold me.
Yeah, who's the
Glorious
dude?
bullet. Yep.
Who's the mullet guy? Yeah.
I didn't look into it.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry. I can't really read it. The mustache guy looks like John Polito from The Crow, but I can't tell if it's him or not.
He's a character. He's in Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's what's his face is Judge Reinhold's partner, I think.
Oh, it's that guy. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Makes sense.
Oh shit, that's the sick one with Paul Abdul
And Vanilla Ice.
and Depeche Mode for Vinny.
Does it have to? Oh, it does. It has Personal Jesus on here.
Yeah, that's pretty rocking. Digital Underground.
What's
Yeah.
the Vanilla Ice on there?
Which
What
one?
do you think? What do you think?
Vanilla Ice is play that funky music.
Ah,
Oh,
Information Society, sick. That's a jam.
Yeah, and Poison from Velvet DeVoe.
All right.
There's some good ones on here. Yeah, this is a volume 1, but did they
Jane
make
Child.
a volume 2?
I think they did because I think Moikey had a volume 2.
Oh,
I could
okay.
be wrong, but
Yeah, I just love the weird MTV things that are
hell yeah.
specifically MTV.
What's the Paul Abdul song on there?
Oh,
Straight up, Cold Hearted Snake.
It's Knocked Out.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
Deep cut.
Yeah, some deep cuts on there.
Okay.
I love the club hits of that. I got some other music discs. I got
Oh shit, I need that one. So jealous. Love it.
Thomas Dolby. I got
Thomas Dolby is a
Vengeful.
man. Oh, sick.
Nice.
Nice.
I got this. Where's the one? Oh, Berlin.
Terry Nunn is the shit.
I love her in this.
That hair is so iconic.
I have had this before and it was rotted to shit, and I hadn't gotten a good one that was worth like keeping.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will be playing good.
Is that one of those where it has like an analog only and then a digital like reissue? Or
Oh yeah, they did that a lot with the Pioneer Artist ones.
Yeah.
But I hope not. This has standard play on it, so I doubt there's anything fancy about the
Yeah, it might be
stereo
analog. only.
laser disc on it.
Yeah. That's cool
Probably
though.
pretty early. And then
Oh, I saw something I like. I was literally watching the Tears for Fears classic albums on Songs for the Big Chair today
oh my gosh.
on my lunch break.
Do you need this one, Sam?
I don't have the NTSC. I've got a PAL copy, so I 100% need the American version.
I may have two.
All right.
And then I got these Addams Family.
Oh,
those
sick.
nice.
Those are rad.
I don't know if there's more than 3 volumes, but I was
There's like 6.
Are there? Okay. I'll
Yeah.
have to get more of these. I had never really run into these before.
Look pretty minty too.
This one's not too great, but
Oh, okay.
they're pretty good. The silver
camera
kind of
hides
wears
it.
a little bit. But these look really cool. I don't think I've seen this.
Oh, you'll dig it. It's great.
It's good.
I mean, the Monsters is better.
The ones? Yeah.
I don't know. I love them both.
Yeah,
I love them.
they're both good.
Weren't we just talking about John Astin from Addams
Yeah.
Family too?
Yeah.
Silence of the Hams.
Yep, he is still alive, which is so crazy.
Fucking wild.
Okay, I have to open this, otherwise the glare is going to be horrible. Okay. Live unboxing.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So is that opened? Can you? There's supposed to be like a postcard in there that might be
Okay.
signed by Romero. I had one; it was not signed.
Well, that's like the American one's got some that are like you could send in for his signature, and some people, I don't know, some people have that signed too.
I didn't know
See
that
what I've
there
got.
could be a
Look at
signed one.
this.
I'll have to check mine.
See what we've got here. Hold on.
Is that like a little poster too, or?
Yeah, this has a poster. All
Yeah.
right, we're into the specialty stuff here. Let's see if we have something fancy. Okay, we have a poster. Oh, there's a postcard.
Yeah, I don't see a signature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll sign
I
it
don't
for
know
you.
what- Yeah, Haller will sign it.
Yeah, yeah. Those are just a Chris Allen.
Cool though.
Oh,
Cool.
signature down there, but it's probably just part of the print.
Yeah, it's a really cool, like, insert.
Yeah, that's rad.
Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, I didn't get to look into this yet. I was still showing that thing. Wow. Super cool. The postcard's cool. Dang, I wish it was signed.
How many discs is that thing?
I think it's 3.
Huh.
And but it has, I mean, it had the Obi. I was excited to just see it in such nice shape.
Yeah.
Everything looks to be in nice sleeve. Oh, is this sealed? No. Is this? No, it's not sealed. It's open.
Okay.
I was like, damn, no one even watched this. Yeah, this was one. I have never really kept box sets because I was trying to hold myself back, but the
Oh yeah.
gates are open in box sets, so
Might as well go for it now.
I just want to go for it now. Getting all the ones that I always wanted to have.
Actually, yeah, now is kind of the time to do it. Yeah. I slept on so much stuff that the market kind of stayed still for so long. I took it for granted that, oh, I'll never have a problem finding this. And then all of a
Right?
sudden, people want stuff. So get it while you can.
And just like, I mean, this with the freaking zombie box set and just woo.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the last one.
Oh, shit.
It's kind of got some cover damage, but it's,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love this movie so much. Just like freaking Seth Green is everything.
Hell yeah. Iconic cover too.
Okay, well, I'll save some for next time.
All right. Do we have time for some hot topics? What do you think, Ryan?
Absolutely.
All right, hot topics. We got to speed things up so we can let Luke hit the streets and go buy some stuff. I got backspacers. That's a hot topic. Vinny bought pool noodles, and I went the fancy route, and I bought the custom, like laser etched wood ones for my Kallaxes, and they're pretty good. I think like there's two depths. There's one that's like the skinny that's supposed to give you like a good like inch between the lip of the Kallax and the disc, but it really only gives you like that much. It's not that much depth at all. But other than that, it's pretty cool. I got a stack of them like and threw them in one. I just wanted to see how they went. So I recommend them. They're like $3 a pop. So yeah, you could get pool noodles and go cheap, but
$3 like set or $3 each.
no, $3 each, I think. Yeah, or maybe they were like $1.50.
Listen, my image discs are $3 each. Think I need a spacer in the back for them? Come on.
Well, yeah. So I put them in there. So if you want some spacers, Turntable Revival's got some. I'm not sponsored by them, and they didn't give them to me for free because they're bastards. But I had to pay for them.
And now we're never going to be sponsored by them.
Yeah. Fuck Turntable Revival. I'll cut that out.
But they have really good ones.
Yeah, they do. So they were pretty cool, and they like etched their logo. They burned their logo into it. Someone was complaining that I guess they burned the edges to make them look like darker wood, and someone's like, I touched them and my hands smell like burnt wood, and I didn't have that problem at all. So that was not an issue I had. So,
The shit people complain about.
yeah, but no, it's sick.
The
Now
burnt wood smells like burnt wood. Oh,
Man, But occasionally I do have those LDs that just slip through, and then I'd forget they're on the shelf, and then I'm like, oh shit, there's like a secret movie back there. So
Yeah.
it stops that from happening. So anyways, we learned about some amazing rapping today. Did you want to tell people about that, Ryan?
Yeah, let me pull up the official post, and this happened right before we decided to start recording this.
Yeah, this is breaking news.
Oh my gosh.
So by the time you watch this, you probably have seen the thread. But our friend Rock Rocky, which is obviously his real name, never ever even did learn how to wrap present before. Period. This is the first time wrapped up the Matrix LD.
Yep.
Added a supermarket plastic bag inside. Hope it can protect the LD. Period. Please take note. : Effort was put in case it's Matrix. Mystery buyer, I willing to refund if you find it's not delightful purchased. Smiley face. Period.
Yeah.
Perhaps the buyer can sell me the mummy LD and wrap it in this manner. Period. And the picture is just, and I've sent Sam the picture. He's gonna put it over.
Yep.
But
it's mummified.
Yeah, it's just like bag and tape over bag, and there's something inside that is apparently the Matrix LD.
Yeah.
So being that our buddy Rock is not from a normal country of origin for Laserdiscs, so I'm guessing maybe Singapore or Hong Kong.
Could be the Hong Kong one, yeah.
Malaysia or Indonesia. He's definitely from one of the secondary markets. It might be a Hong Kong Matrix. We don't.
I just like the casual, like, oh, if this thing gets totally destroyed, I'll refund you. It's like, that's not the one you want to do that with.
Yeah, no, but
it's so crazy that he showed the picture of the package. He's like, I'm selling you this stuff, but here's just a wrap. This is what it
is just as gnarly and cheap and awful as can be.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, like,
the comments are, one guy said, how much? He's like, fuck it, how much? Let's do this.
The lovely LD.
It looks like it's sold though already. He responded with sold. So
yeah,
who knows?
Oh my God, who is?
You know what? Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, so there it is. I screenshotted this because I had to. Yeah. Like, oh my God, are you kidding me? There's a Matrix in there. Like, this is the like horror fuel that like everyone just explodes on, and this guy's like, oh, by the way, I'm throwing a Matrix in here.
Yeah,
but it's so funny that he sold it probably for a couple $100 easily.
I'm guessing
that's where we are in our hobby.
Yeah, someone might have ripped him off and paid like $50 for it.
Yeah, we're gonna find out that Giannis has a copy for sale in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I know he might have gotten totally ripped off, but
that is the big one that just hit, and all of us were jaw dropping before we started this.
It's funny because I thought we weren't going to have any Matrix talk in this episode, but
impossible.
Come to find out.
Thanks, Rock.
The other hot one is Lost Boys Mania is running wild still. We actually know the guy who bought the last one that went for sale. He was in the group and showed it off, and then 2 more popped up. One for $600 and one for $850. That then went down to $600, and we think Peter, our friend, just bought that one. So, but did not pay that for it. So, but yeah, there's still a Lost Boys out there for you for like $600 if you want it. So, get right on that.
That's crazy.
The other guy doesn't have best offer though, so
he's firm.
He can sit on it forever.
Yeah. And it's X rental too, with a rental sticker on the hub and everything. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Good times.
You know what? People are paying stupid amounts for that. Even Richie, who bought the first one because he bragged about it. I'll say it. I don't care. He bragged
shout
about
out to
it.
Richie.
And shout out to Richie if you're watching. He even said that the transfer wasn't even that good.
No.
So
I know he did watch it. He's like, yeah, this isn't really good. Yeah.
But I'll come back with a review hopefully by the end of March with what the transfer is, because I might be seeing that soon.
Oh,
you got one coming too, huh?
I haven't watched.
I will be visiting the Indiana Film Society for a screening in the new theater that they built.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. I was invited, but I can't make it.
Yeah, you can't make it, but there's probably going to be some other maybe another admin from the Upside Down visiting as well. So
whoa,
yeah,
pretty wild.
Gonna
Yeah,
be
speaking
some
of the
high
Indiana
society.
Film Society and our friend Peter, he's been doing a lot of interesting stuff lately.
Yep.
He got a retro tank. Because I mean, everyone's like asking about the retro tank in LaserDisc, and it's funny. One guy was like, "Retro tank is made for video games only." Like, it's like, do you not see the millions of people on this forum all the time saying, well, "Retro tank's the best"? Like, there's a precedent for actually trying this thing out, and he did, and it was okay.
yeah, definitely not a highlight, but
Yeah.
being that like they've never focused on it, it's not a bad first one that can do it. You know,
Yeah, I mean, the new
isn't
5X
last
is probably the
retro game.
best out of all of them. Yeah.
So maybe we're gonna get lucky and there will be a retro T7 or something that's
Yeah.
made for this kind of thing. So
And you can add scan lines to make it look like a CRT.
My God.
yeah,
Do you
that's
think
what
they'll
I'm
ever
going for. on the-
remanufacture CRTs? Just as like just a complete random question.
No,
I mean, that'd be cash in the bank if they
they're
could.
gonna
But
3D print them.
I mean, the nerds would pay $50 for them, but
Yeah.
It's like those rad VCRs that were a big
Oh.
scam.
which turned out to be bullshit, right?
Yeah, so like we were joking about it, and they turned out they weren't even shipping them and just taking money, and like it was a big scam, and it's all
Yeah.
over the forums.
Because like the pictures, it was just like a well-known. I don't even know if it was Chinese or was it Taiwan player. Like everyone recognized what player or VCR it was, and it was like they're not making these things. They're just like new old stock apparently, but maybe not even that. It's just a
Whoa.
photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
good
my-
times. What else is new? Does anybody's Beatles box have a popcorn bag? Some guy showed his popcorn bag, which I don't have a freaking popcorn bag in my Beatles anthology.
What?
But that was
I
the bag
never
he
looked.
got when he bought it and they like put it in there. Was it a popcorn?
Well, because
bag?
there's another guy selling the bag that came with, like the shopping bag.
I have that.
That
he
came
was just
with it.
showing it off, I thought.
Well, he was saying like it was in it. I thought the popcorn bag, but
Huh.
yeah. And then everyone else was like, I don't have that in mine, and I certainly don't have it in mine.
I have a sealed one. We should open it and find out, I guess.
I had one. I opened it. Didn't have a popcorn bag.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just thought maybe there's a weird variant. So I call bullshit. That guy printed that.
Or he got it the day it came out because they had popcorn.
Yeah, that's
some
it.
big,
It probably
like,
was a
Yeah.
some sort of giveaway or something.
Yeah.
But it's weird that everybody else has the shopping bag.
Yeah. Which is
But
hilarious because that bag could never in a million years support the weight of that box.
Box is freaking heavy. What? How many? 8 discs? 9 discs? I think it's 8, right? It's pretty
think so.
beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice box.
Yeah. It's
Great
good.
box.
Built well, actually. The
Yeah.
construction of the box lasts.
Let's see. I promised that we talk about the Fred Durst video juke with the Twin Towers in it.
Notice
So,
them.
Notice them. I'll put it. I'll see if I can put a picture of that.
Do we have to? Do we have to?
I mean, technically we just did, so we
Yeah,
can move
okay.
on if you want. But
Yeah.
As
He
I
was-
said,
anybody's
2022.
Anybody's excited about a Limp Bizkit video is not to be trusted.
Now,
Yeah,
if I found it, I'd think it was pretty cool, but I'm not going to pay a premium for a Limp Bizkit music video.
And
Now,
there was
if
there
it
was
was like
Outcast on it. Was pretty cool.
Yeah.
If there was a crowdfunded video of Dad Vibes from Limp Bizkit in 2022, I'd be all over that. That's why we need to bring them back, like right there.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, the cool thing about the video jukes is like they kept making them into the 2000s, so you can get some like modern music, quote unquote, on LaserDisc. So that's pretty rad. Like Dido.
CD era.
Yeah. CD. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. What else happened? Let's see. Someone's got some Halcyon discs. Does anybody have a Halcyon gaming system?
Next from over.
Yeah.
I saw
Apparently.
that on one of those game shows. They gave it away as a prize.
Really?
Mhm.
Huh. Yeah, some guy I guess just found a bunch at some flea market or something, and he's going to be flipping them on eBay or something. Just the games though, not the. I don't have the. Yeah, I don't know if anybody has a player.
They gave the player away on the game show. So, in 19 whatever, they had a game
Yeah.
show. And some
Just
guy
find the dude who won. Yeah.
find the guy who won.
And what else happened? Oh yeah, Vinny finished his home theater, so that's LaserDisc related,
Oh,
right?
that was dope.
And he's
Yeah,
got
nice.
4K working, right?
I think he does finally. Yeah,
With
So-
audio?
maybe. I don't know. I just like being between me and Peter, we've been Vinny's like, I don't know, more his shoulder to cry on than tech support, but
No, his theater's gorgeous though. I
Yeah.
saw it. Well done. So
I
kudos
love
to him.
the door says projection room. I love it.
yeah, it's pretty rad. He's got a legit projection room with the whole cut and everything. And yeah, I'll put a picture up if you can send me one. And what was the other? Oh yeah, Peter also did a Phenomena LD versus Blu-ray test. So he's really bringing the thunder for the LD kids.
Yep.
Some good comparisons. So
He hasn't had to
was.
block everyone in the comments yet, so that's good too.
well, that's a weird thing. Like Peter nowadays, like he could post that stuff and everyone's cool. Like 2 years ago, it wouldn't have gone over well.
Yep.
So yeah.
Those
crazy.
fiery people went into a different group.
Yeah. Trevor was mean to some noobs with his Hot Topic posts. So
Yeah. It might, I don't know. Might have been warranted. Who knows?
Everybody was watching Batman movies, and apparently Batman Forever is the best of them. So I don't know. It's up for debate. I don't know what you guys think.
I can talk about new Batman.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that
Let's
a
do
bit.
that.
All right.
I watched it the other day on
I
like
watched
super.
it last night.
Yeah, it's great. I loved it.
All right, cool. And what else is new? Open map Back to the Future. Screw that. I felt bad because that guy was just he was like in Brazil, and he's like, "Is it worth having like Back to the Future open mat?" And then everyone's like, "F you, get the letterbox." And it was just like, there's literally a guy down the street that has it. It's affordable. I'm like, oh well, yeah. If that's all you can get, yeah.
Yeah, like it's funny because like, is this the same guy that was asking about the $20 DTS 7 that was like local
Yes.
to him in Brazil?
He's like,
And
"Is
he's
this
like,
good?"
I'm not a huge fan. And we're like, that's a good
Get
price
it.
in the US where they were printed. Like, get it. Like,
Yeah, and everyone was coming at like, at it from the what's the best Back to the Future you can get, and like just assuming that there's no problem getting one because eBay's at everybody's fingertips and they're pretty common. But no, he was like, yeah, in Brazil, and was like, yeah, this thing's hard to find. Like,
Whatever Back to the Future is in reach is
Get
best
it.
Back to the Future.
exactly.
It's so I have it's so weird reading LDF these days because this hobby is very dead, so there's nothing new coming out. I've talked about this before, but it's just in a cycle, everything's in a cycle. And now, before I would read posts about people getting into stuff and I'd be like, oh, you're stupid, or now I just like, okay, they're just at a different point of this hobby than I am now. And it's just odd. Like there's never going to be anything new. There's never going to be.
I gotta say that there may not be new movies, but there's new titles that some of us are finding. So
Sure.
we're doing the real work here, Luke.
No, I
Is
get
there
that.
archaeology that we are part of? An
Of
archaeology
course,
team
yes.
here?
Yes. We're digging deep, but it's just interesting to see. There's some new people. What's that? One female, Jen Wilcox or something.
Yep,
She's getting
Jen.
into it hard.
Yeah, though
She's
she's been slowing
watching
down. I don't know what
a ton.
happened. Yeah.
Say what?
She slowed down like this week. I don't know what happened. So
And then the Marcus guy, he's getting into it real hard. He's getting some big discs. I'm like, oh, okay, they're at a different point. Anyway,
Yeah, he
it's
got
just
the
interesting.
Roots box, which is sweet. So
Yeah.
kudos to him on that one. It's a nice
actually,
box.
our buddy Ari Franklin actually went and was able to take part of that dude in Maryland who was like a record store guy, and he was selling a bunch of players like all for like $100 or less, so like a CLD D704 for $100. And so yeah, Ari Franklin got like an elite player from there, and it was actually a pretty damn good deal. So
Yep.
yeah,
Shout out to Ari.
yeah, I think the guy had some discs too, a couple things, but yeah. So you kids, still choices out there.
Yep.
All right, should we move on to getting physical?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys got any more topics you want to cover before we go? Yeah. There. Screw it. Let's get physical. All right. Did I get any Blu-rays? No. But I did get some CDs. I'll start with those.
You say CD?
Yeah. Where's Luke? He's supposed to say CD's nuts. Where is he?
He just walked away.
All right, good. Thanks.
CD's nuts.
I'm still trying to fill in my Devo cracks. So I got Now It Can Be Told from 1988, Live at the Palace. This is really smoking show, actually. I listened to that the other day. And I never had the old Ryko disc, Devo Live, the Mongoloid years. This is like their really early mid-70s stuff. This is like 3 shows, including one where they played a Sun Ra concert for a radio show benefit, and everyone thought they were going to be a cover band playing like Foghat or something. And like one guy actually gets on the stage and calls them assholes, and they get in a fight. It's really great.
CD's nuts.
Thank you. Asked for that, but you were gone.
I heard you.
We said it for you, but thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, just some random shit from the used store. Alice in Chains, Nothing Safe I never had with the original, orange thing. And then that made me realize I never had the original red disc of The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here, which is like one of my favorite like driving, like late night records.
Awesome.
And I had to get the No Time to Die soundtrack because I was sleeping on picking this up. So
You didn't get the vinyl?
Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet. I will at some point, but yeah, I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Walmart has like an exclusive color or something of all things, which is dirty, but whatever.
Figure I got to get it. And then I did go to Target for my big exciting moment. I have been fucking psyched for the new Tears for Fears record since I heard the first track back in October. But the new album, The Tipping Point, finally came out, and Target has one with 2 extra songs on it. So I went there, and like it was like Black Friday times 20. They didn't have any copies. It was like mayhem in there, and I guess one person was working the register. So I said, screw this, I'm leaving. I'm just going to order it. Yeah, but I've been listening to this pretty much nonstop since I got that. And I had to get the Tears for Fears Tipping Point vinyl, which is very nice. I think is it like pink? Yeah. But yeah, look at that. Roland Orzabal is he's like old badass man now.
Hello.
Yeah, it's like Santa Claus assassin or something. Got a gatefold, and let's see what color the vinyl is. Ooh, it's a printed insert too. Look at those classy gentlemen. Lyrics, that's fun.
Nice.
And come on. Oh no, it's blue. It's like baby blue.
Woo.
There you go.
That's cool.
Got that, and my friend Luke went to Hawaii. Found me an Oingo Boingo 10-inch, which is great. They put this out on 12 inches, but it's like different mixes, so I never had this one.
Cool. And it's got that promo. Look at that promo.
It's a promo, baby. So yeah, that was a good
There
thing.
were actually 2 of those in the store. It was crazy.
Wow.
But that's a cool thing because on the East Coast here, like Oingo Boingo is very, very obscure. But in like Hawaii and Florida and California, there's a little bit more access to that stuff. I went to my record shop down the street and I got a Dutch pressing. I never thought I'd get the Japanese pressing like anytime soon. YMO after service. I might have the Japanese pressing of this coming my way anyways, but
yeah.
But the Dutch pressing is pretty damn cool too. So this is a live album. So yeah, double disc, good stuff.
Firecracker.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's good tune. Another live album, the folk prog band Renaissance Live, Carnegie Hall. Another double album. And they had a nice UK original of Motorhead, Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, which is just 4 tracks, but it's like back when they were pretty much a cover band essentially. So killer stuff. But finally, I ordered the Halloween Kills soundtrack from Sacred Bones back in October, and they had a special deal where you could get it in a combo pack, and the second item in the combo pack held the damn thing up for about 5 months. So
Oh my God.
finally rolled in. So yeah, John Carpenter music, everybody.
Cool.
It's got, let's see, the gatefold's pretty fucking sick.
Oh my God.
Michael's just ready to kick your ass, especially if you're a firefighter. And let's see the vinyl. Another printed inner sleeve. Lori's ready to kick your ass too. And let's see the vinyl. It's like a nuclear pumpkin splatter thing.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so
cool.
definitely
worth the wait then.
Yeah, for sure. And the other item that was with it, let's see if I can actually get this back in the sleeve. Bear with me. The other item was the Ghost 7-inch. That was the Hunter's Moon, the track from the finale over the end credits. And then it's got the Halloween Kills theme on the flip side. And this is, I think it's like a kind of bright yellow. Yeah, it's like a super bright yellow 7-inch. So
That's awesome.
got that. And finally, dropping shit. I had to get some metal. Norwegian black metal band Mayhem. I got a box set of their live shows. It's called Cursed and Eternity. It's a bit of a beast.
Jeez.
I have to go through this quickly, but it's got a very, very beautiful glossy book, just loaded with stuff like, you know, about all the shows and interviews with everybody that was involved. And yeah, it's just really cool.
Wow.
Like reprints from fanzines and stuff.
Rad.
And I'll show the records quick so we can move on. Yeah. Mayhem. Live in Sarpsborg. Zeitz. That one's pretty badass. And live in Leipzig, Germany. So there's the vocalist Dead, who never made it onto their album that has a lot of these tracks. So you can hear his version. Been meaning to get that for a while, so I wanted to grab it before it went out of print. That's it for me. What do you got, Ryan?
Well, it's been a little while since we've done one of these. We were waiting for somebody to make it and land in Japan and go crazy. So shout out
That guy's
to him.
cool.
Anyways, Dollar Tree still exists. It is now $1.25, which hurts. But I did find a few things. This one I teased but didn't show anyone because I said you have to watch the podcast to see. This is a Shout release from 2019. That is Penguin Highway. It's an anime film, and it's of course got the English translation. So shout out to Dollar Tree for having Shout releases from 2019.
I've never seen that one. That's cool.
Is it good?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't
I'm
seen
intrigued.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got Baytown Outlaws with Billy Bob and Ava Longoria.
Wow.
Looks good.
A campy band. It's got Billy Bob. It's got Ghost in the Graveyard with Jake Busey. That's the good Busey.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the active Busey, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
This one, it's probably going to be rotted, but got Psychomania.
Wow.
Like
It's-
the British Psychomania? The old
I have
movie?
no idea. It's got
It sure looks like it. They got the mask, right?
Yeah.
That's from the movie.
That movie
That's right.
fucks.
okay, good. But it's in one of these little like
Uh-oh.
in things, so it's probably basically like a burned DVD. I don't know, I
Yeah.
have no idea.
What's the
There's a
back
sick
one?
Arrow video version that you might want to get at some point,
Okay,
but
well, if I watch this and it's watchable and I like it, I might, you know.
It's a really good movie.
it is. It's awesome.
I don't know. It was at Dollar Tree.
Wow.
Continuing with the Dollar Tree, we've got the O.J. Simpson and Fred Williamson 9 action movie pack.
Jesus.
Not as
So
good.
I think it's got 2 or 3 DVDs. It's an Echo Bridge compilation, so you know it's going to be good.
Super compressed for your pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I made it to a place called Big Lots, and I found some gold. We've got Sand
Wow.
Sharks with
Wow.
Brooke Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
You
She's best Hogan.
Yeah. And then I found another Tartan Asia disc,
Ooh.
The Maid. So you can't go wrong with Tartan Asia discs.
Yeah. You see them, you buy.
And then getting into a little bit more premium, you saw the Cobra LaserDisc. Now see the complete series.
God.
Ooh.
I'm excited about this because I after seeing like just part of the pilot, I went out and ordered that. So
Oh,
really excited.
Lots.
What? No. I had to get that from. It came from Canada. Apparently, it's out of print in the U.S., but there's Canadian copies for cheap. So buy them before they run out of Canadian copies.
Yeah, for real. Oh my God.
And then completing the Samurai Cop series. This is Samurai
Nice.
Cop, the original one. So now I'm Samurai Cop complete.
Incredible.
Excellent.
You've seen Samurai Cop?
I have not, which
You
is
should
why I
watch it. Watch it today.
Legendary.
You're
Okay,
in for a
So
treat.
good.
Yep.
Samurai Cop 2 sucks.
Fine.
The Samurai Cop 1 is amazing.
They were gifts. So,
Okay.
They're all great.
got Mind Games.
Cool.
which has Sean Weatherly of Baywatch fame. Anytime somebody's from Baywatch, that's the pedigree to know that anything else they did was obviously as good or better.
Yeah.
So you
Prestigious
got,
actors.
and this is one of the MVD rewinds, so looks a little aged. The cover purposely looks like that. And then we had a thread in the chat that led me to a dark place.
Oh.
So here we go. I ended up with Heart Target 2.
Yes.
Universal Soldier Regeneration.
Oh my God, what is that? 3 or 4 in the series?
I'm not sure which one's which because I also have Universal
Oh.
Soldier Data Reckoning.
Oh my God.
So I am proudly-ish Universal Soldier complete now. But needless to say, they all shipped with Prime and a gift card and didn't cost me real money. And then I did find one other thing at Dollar Tree. I picked up Mest's What's the Dealio from 2000 at Dollar Tree. So I did buy a CD there, but odd that like a pop punk band from Chicago showed up in the Dollar Tree CD clearance bins.
That's so
that does it for the non-premium stuff.
Oh my God.
And now Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh,
Got the Madman 4K with slip.
wow.
This was one of the new releases.
Didn't even know that movie had 4K worth of resolution in it in the first
I
place.
think it's like a 16 millimeter. So like,
Yeah, right?
we're gonna have to see if it's really chunky grain.
Yeah.
Sister,
Ooh.
the nice cool slip. I hadn't seen this. I think the LaserDisc is a known rotter, so
Oh.
that's a real win.
Hmm.
Beware Children at Play.
Wow.
So that's ought to be interesting. Drop Dead Fred.
Nice, yeah.
I watched this already because my wife's a huge fan. Man, this movie is like I'd seen it before, but this movie is so all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
It's enjoyable, but you can tell that like it got hacked to hell, and they just kind of like didn't know what they wanted to do with it. But I still enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
And then the official movie of the Wolfpack with Wolfpack patch.
Yeah.
So shout out to Vinegar Syndrome for making our movie finally.
Yeah, that was nice. Who's playing us? Anybody cool?
Yes.
Let's see who's playing us. We've got Jim Abel or Abel, not sure. Debbie Barker, Tony Carlin, obviously of the George Carlin family, I'm guessing.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Nicholas D. Archangel, and Anthony Randazzo of that one movie.
Sounds
So, yeah.
accurate. One woman and
Bunch of dudes.
Yeah, a bunch of dudes. See, this is the official jacket too. So Maxeene was actually working on getting us some of these jackets. We'll show up with our varsity jackets later on.
Yeah.
So give us a couple months. So.
Yeah.
And then I got a couple of records. Nothing crazy, no box sets. I got a sweet new metal crossfade pressing on white vinyl.
Wow.
There's a guy named Jimmy Page. He did an album with David Coverdale.
I've heard of them.
This is the colored vinyl. It's blue and yellow. So this is sealed, but the original pressings are unobtainable or super expensive. But thankfully, there's an unofficial version that is popping up.
Gotcha.
So, Dan Andriano and the Bygones. Dan is from Alkaline Trio. This is his new solo album. I pre-ordered this and it showed up. Always like when I pre-order something months in advance and forget when it actually comes out, so that it's a surprise.
I like when it actually shows out like when it's supposed to, though. So
that's a bonus. Another unofficial pressing. This is the second Sir Lord Baltimore album. So I've heard the first one, and the first one just freaking
wild.
Kicks. So I'm excited about this. I haven't heard as much about this one, so I don't know if it's just not as good. But this is it's a Netherlands, I think, or Dutch pressing on Hobbit Records, but apparently this is a bootleg. So
I don't think I've heard that record at all.
Yeah, like I mean, everyone talks about the first one, and they should, because it just fucking kicks.
Yeah.
So even if this one's like half as good or like a step down, I'm okay with it. And then moving through the records, I got Sirens here. This is the repress of Sirens that just came out from Sabotage. Nice. And then they also had an album called Fight for the Rock. So I grabbed that.
Yes.
I actually special order these. I hadn't even taken it off the shrink yet. From a shop in Wheaton called Mile Long Records. So if you're in Wheaton, Illinois, or the Chicago suburbs, check them out. The dude does the best ordering in the entire like city of Chicago. He can find anything that's in print. Sometimes he can find shit that's just sitting in a warehouse that's been discontinued or out of print.
Wow.
So I order stuff from him, and I actually have to go pick something up that might be related to those that just came out. So we'll see. And then I picked up one other thing. There's this band. They're called The Killing Joke.
Oh, sick. Is that a repress or is that original?
Well, I mean, it has the gold stamped promo on the back, so
nice.
I'm pretty sure that's an original.
Wow.
So, I found this at my local shop, CD Source in Loves Park, Illinois. So shout out to CD Source. They're pretty badass too. So yeah, just a couple things, but I'm excited about it. And anytime I can get sweet records,
hell yeah,
just as exciting as LDs. So yeah, I think that's it. That was
all right.
A couple quick things.
You got any records, Luke?
Do I have records? Yes, I do. So it's interesting that when I was living here, I was not into records as much. I was just full on Laserdisc. I would go record shopping maybe once a month, maybe, and it was really just to one shop that I really liked. But coming back to the States, there's not as many as Laserdisc, so I've been getting into records more. And when I come back here, I was like, oh wait, there's a lot of record stores around here, and I would just go in now, and it's just overwhelming. Like it's just like I almost don't want to look through the stacks because I'm like afraid of what I will find that I have to buy. Anyway, I have a few. Some of these might not be of interest to you, but I like them, so I'm going to show them anyway. This is a 7-inch. This was on a label called Skin Graft Records. When I was in high school, I was all about Skin Graft Records. They put out these 7-inch / comic books, and there's a few of them. Cool. They're fun, and they're like super lo-fi. It's just crazy fun stuff. I mean, hand drawn. I love them. I think this is one of the last ones I need. So it's fun to find that. There's maybe like 15 of them, and I have almost all of them. Next one, so when you're looking through stuff, for me, it's just like I'm getting per diem when I'm here, so it's almost like I'm not worried about the money as much. It's like, okay, how am I going to get them home? How am I going to do this?
Like on tour then.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like, okay, whatever like speaks to you. It's like looking at art, right? It's like, okay, do I like this? Does this do something for me? Anyway, I found this is nothing crazy. It's just the White Stripes Denial Twist 7-inch. I was like, okay, Jack White is on a bike. Check. He's got a helmet on. Check. He's recording a raccoon. Check. That hits everything for me. Yes, I'm getting it. Totally cool. Next one. I've been getting into these bootlegs from the early 90s. I don't know if you remember these. Like a lot of bands would put these at like, I don't know. I got a couple Pavement ones. I've got a couple. They're like Peel sessions. I picked up this guy, Mudhoney.
Oh,
it's a Peel session. I'm pretty sure that's from the movie Mudhoney.
I think so. Yeah.
So it is definitely very bootleg, white label. Whenever I find them now, I pick them up. They're just like white label, nothing on there at all. I'd see them all the time back in the day, and kind of be like poo-poo them, like, oh no, I'm not gonna bootleg. But now it's like, fuck yeah, let me get rid of that. This next 7-inch, so like buying stuff now, it's like, oh yeah, that'll go well with my collection or something. Or I've got a bunch of this artist, it'll go well. But then there's some you find and it hits you in the fucking chest. It's like, I've been looking for this record my whole life, it feels like. Steve Albini was in a band called Big Black, big engineer. He produced In Utero, the Pixies album, just all this stuff. He also had
High on Fire.
And what? High on Fire, yeah. And he's in a band called Schellack now. Schellack came out in the 90s. I was all about it. Like, I bought at Action Park when it first came out. I loved it. There's 2 super rare 7-inches. There's one that was like in a zine. It was a split like from something. And then there's this one, which was a German only, and they name it Schellack.
Yeah.
It's in all German on the back. It was given away at some festival, and then the rest was like German mail order only.
Wow.
And when I flipped through and found this, I'm like, oh, I've been searching for this my whole life. It's just like it's a live song, and the other one is like a live, it's called Mantle, and it's just all about, it's like them saying, well, I lost my jacket. It's all like spoken word, it's silliness. Where's my jacket? Mantle being jacket in German, right? Anyway, I could throw away everything else and just come home with this.
Wow.
I'd be fine. It's awesome. Yeah, I love finding shit like that.
Cool.
So I find it interesting that you like the 7-inch records.
Yeah, do you not like 7 inches?
They drive me nuts because I'm like,
really?
I have to get up and I'm not motivated to do so.
I don't know. There was when I was in Denver, I was really into 7 inches for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, in high school, 7 inches had the cool stuff on there. Like it had the extra, it's a single, and it would have extra fun stuff. I always, kind of look at them as the fun format. Just something quick, and it was cheap. It was, growing up, it was like $3 for a 7-inch sometimes. Like, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll try that out. And now they're like $20 for a set.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's got to be like Henry Rollins. He always says you work out, and you work out for one side, and then you get a little bit of break. You flip it, and then work out for another like 3 minutes. So
yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I like playing them, at the record store. That's fun doing 7 inches. But I'm usually in my office, kind of just looking at discs and having something play, and it never really bothers me to get up and switch a record real quick. And most of them have a lot of grooves, a lot of, so it'll just stay anyway. Okay, here's some CDs.
Nuts.
Yeah. This first one, it's weird looking at all these stuff because I start to look for bands that I've been into since high school. I'm like, wow, do I not grow? Do I not get into new things? Like, come on, I gotta find. Anyway, I don't care. I found this guy. This is a CD. So in Japan, they have these kind of bigger than normal CD jackets that kind of look like LPs, And this is Bell and Sebastian's first album called Tiger Milk. I don't know if you are a fan of them. They're amazing. I love them so much. It was like the first time it was released, it was like on a Scottish, their college label, basically. And that record goes for $900. But then Matador put it out. But this one, it still has the old record label on there. I got this for like $9, but I'm looking online, it goes for like 40. I'm like, oh, dang, cool. It's just nice to have it in that oversized.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's got some crazy enhanced, some of those have like HD CDs or high sampling rates and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one that I was looking at, My Bloody Valentine. I'll just show this. I picked this one up too. A nice OB My Bloody Valentine. But I've seen what you're talking about. They put out some with like the enhanced, all that nonsense. Japan loves My Bloody Valentine. I see it everywhere. Like I saw a sealed original LP in the racks for like $250. Just
Jesus.
Better. All right. This one I had when I was growing up. It's a Pavement CD. Oh man, you can't really see shit. Let's see if I put this over like this. It's an Australian CD single of Gold Sounds. I loved it because of the different artwork growing up. So I picked it up for like $3 or something. These two, I had seen this one. This is a Pixies live at Fuji Rock or something. I saw this online. It's a double CD. Discog says it's an official version, but there's no fucking way. This is a bootleg. And I found this guy live in Chicago, which is very much two burned discs. But they were super cheap. And I was like, cool, yeah, I'll get that. No big deal. One more thing. Ryan has been asking me for this one album, this Kinks Controversy album. I've been looking everywhere, and finally I found it for you, buddy. There you go. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted the CD?
Is it mono?
Mono These Nuts, maybe. This is the best I can do. I'm
take it or leave it.
You'll get it. But it was
That's
super
cool.
cheap. It's like whatever. I'm gonna get it. Not done yet.
Right.
So onto the LPs.
Nice.
God, I found this one. Just Cookie Puss.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
This was the second version of it. Came out in like '83 or something.
Yeah, I've got that one. Vinny's
Yeah.
got like the original one because he's got to show off.
Something about it says made in France in the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah,
But the original one is worth some change.
that was still
picked
rocks though.
Oh, I picked up, and that one has a cool insert of the Cookie Puss ice cream cake.
Yeah, which is sick.
This one is, I bought the CD single of Gratitude like when I was 13 or something.
Wow.
And I found this. I was flipping through these records, and you find something, you're like, oh man, like I gotta get that. Like
Yeah.
I can't leave that here. This has one of my favorite Beastie Boys songs called Honky Rink, where it's like the sounds of an ice skating rink, and they say, and the guy over the PA says, "Oh, for the next 5 minutes, white people only." Like,
That's so crazy. Yeah.
And the only reason as a kid that I accepted it as not being completely racist was they boo them. They oh, boo, boo. And they go, it's a silly song. I'm sure it's like some inside joke they had, and they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's make a.
Yeah, we'll put Honky Rink on there.
I got a more stack here. This next one is one of my favorite covers ever. The Smiths had, if you came to Japan and you wanted to get every Smiths single, you could do it. Because I keep seeing, I mean, they're like, they're not crazy, like 20, I saw 20, 30 bucks each, but I saw a Greece only one. I was like, oh man. My personal favorite, each one has like a movie still or like a picture of a person on there. This has always been my favorite one.
Oh, wow.
With Elvis on there, Shoplifters of the World Unite. It speaks to me in some way. I even have a shirt of this, which is the most confusing shirt ever. It's like, wait, is that an Elvis shirt? Is that a Smith shirt? What's going on?
That's not Morrissey.
Yeah, exactly. I just had to get that one.
Wow, that's super cool.
Yeah, more Bell and Sebastian stuff. I find a lot of these this is early 2000s. I listen to them a lot, and so I've been buying a bunch of these. Like I can get all of them if I want. Fuck it. This one I found the other day. This was
that's the one.
Radiohead. This just came out. Kid A, Amnesia, right? It was less than I bought it new in the American copy. It doesn't seem to be much different other than this Obi,
which is cool. This one's okay.
It's pretty cool. It's got
the bear.
Yeah. I might get rid of my American one and just keep this guy.
Wow.
Anyway. Bootlegs are big here. I find a lot of bootlegs. There was one store who just had just a ton of bootlegs. I found this guy. This is a White Stripes Lovesick, like Czechoslovakian bootleg, like just a bunch of their rare singles and unreleased stuff.
Wow.
It was fun. It was like $10. I was like, yeah, sure. This one I feel like I saw when I was a kid maybe once, and it just kind of stuck with me. This is a Big Black Kerosene.
Oh damn.
Which was like from Dutch FM radio in '87 or some crazy shit. Big Black, like Steve Albini, he was in Schellack, he was in Big Black first. Kerosene around, we'll find something to do. You know what I mean? So there's nice. This one you guys probably don't care about. It's a producer I really like called Cushing. He was around for a few years and just disappeared. So whenever I find his stuff, I pick it up. Cool. This one, I'll save that for last. This one is a band I've been wanting to get into for a long time, but I've never really done it. This is a Crass. This is Christ album. They're basically like the Sex Pistols if they were much smarter, maybe the Sex Pistols meet Minutemen or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I've been wanting to get it. It's really cool stuff. Really cool packaging too, which I'm not going to get into right now. The last one, and this is still, I sent home a bunch of others as well, this one I had to get. We're going to need some editing coming up. All right. But this is, ready?
Yep.
This is Pussy Galore. This is the name of this is This Friday Night Only from the hate fuck capital city of the world, Pussy Galore. Pussy Galore is John Spencer's first band before they did John Spencer Blues Explosion. It's super raw, super, like post-punk. It's just great is what it is. It's just you got to see the back cover.
Okay.
It was only Japanese only, like 2008. They said Discog says it was official, but it was never supposed to leave Japan. What does that say, Sam?
Oh, just pushy. Yeah. And then what's down at the bottom? Shit. Goddamn. Shit. Goddamn.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then if you look at this, some nice crude words. You can't see it.
Oh yeah.
It says like fuck, shit, cunt, motherfucker.
Okay. So in line with the back. All right.
Yeah, it's great. Oh god, I love it.
That layout just rocks though.
Yeah.
The font for Pussy Galore is cool. The images of them, like
you gotta think this is like 89. Like this is not a few years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy how crisp these are. I mean, these literally look like they could have been pressed like only like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Japanese people really take care of their stuff. Like Japanese people take care of their clothes more than Americans do. You see them walking around and they just look sharp. Like everything is very, I don't know.
Not sweatpants.
And then you roll in.
Hey, everybody.
I'm sitting in your seat at Batman.
Pretty much. You look like a slob. Yeah, you definitely feel like a piece of shit. But yeah, like people dress a lot nicer here and they just keep things, everything much nicer.
Hey, you're a piece of shit with badass records in your hands. So
yeah.
Good problem to have.
No, well, Sam will show those later when he gets to them. That's it. That's all I got.
Cool.
This is week 1 out of 5.
Wow. It's gonna be good.
Can you handle it?
Can my wife handle it?
Yeah, I know, right? Shout out to your wife for tech support.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely figured out the pirate ship stuff and sent me emails and I printed them out.
That's smart.
Yeah.
All right, Max, do you have anything?
Whew. Oh man.
Non-LDs? Yeah.
Well, I went to my local current Blockbuster equivalent, which is Redbox.
Okay. Yeah.
And I rented Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh yeah.
So
what did you think? What did you think?
I felt like you just completely just in a vacuum world where we don't really know much about anything. You're just looking at this movie as a movie. I liked it. I thought it was movie. I thought it was a good Ghostbusters movie. I felt like realistically in the timeline of things, if you're looking at it from, well, there are 2 movies that have existed, all of these characters that you know from these movies were highly underutilized in this movie. And I felt like this should have been the second movie in like a rebranding, regeneration of that whole series. Like they should have utilized the characters and kind of handed it off to these new characters in a
different movie
that should have existed, where you get kind of like that they're all like retiring, like there should have been like a retirement movie, like there should have been something else to kind of get you from there to here of this new people. But as a whole, like I thought it was great. I liked all of the character development, and I thought cool. I thought all of it was good.
All right. Cool. You pick up any records or anything? Or
I actually just yesterday, it was crazy. One of my dad's friends, who's basically one of the first people who ever just like gifted me their record collection. Yeah. Like this would have been like 15 plus years ago now that they gave me all this stuff that pretty much is the core of my record collection now. They said, "Oh, I found some more in the attic," and just perfect. Like brought me a bunch of jazz records. So ooh. I'll it was a lot. So I'll just kind of fan them out and maybe give you like a photo. Yeah.
All right, cool. That's sick.
Yeah, some cool stuff in there. Just interesting though to kind of like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a gazillion years, but here's a bunch of stuff.
Man, I love when you get a big pickup and then like, year or 2 later or more, they're like, oh yeah, I found more.
Yeah, they're like, going through the attic. We'll see what the condition is.
Yeah,
Just
I know, right? Hopefully they're not melted too much, but we'll
yeah.
see. Yeah, cool. All right, is that it for pickups for you, or yeah?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I mean, I don't know when should I talk about the new Batman?
Well, we'll do that next. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that'll be a recommendation. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll do the non-LD recommendation, and then yeah, we'll close up shop.
Oh.
My recommendation is going to be I finally read Batman Nightfall, which is an old, back in the day when they decided to make the Bane, kind of the big Bane story where he breaks Batman's back, that got turned into the Dark Knight Rises movie. They made a comic series that like crossed over into like all different titles, and it was like a huge thing where like you had to read all these issues to get the whole story. At the same time, they're like, let's turn it into an actual novel. And so Dennis O'Neil, who writes a lot of the comics, wrote this novel. And then Barnes and Noble, like a decade later, reprinted it. So I got my grandmother bought this for me like ages ago, and I never read it. And I'm like, there's a Batman movie coming out. I'm going to actually read this Batman book. So it was cool. It was like, yeah, it's weird reading a Batman novel instead of just like a comic book, but it's pretty fun. Very different from Dark Knight Rises. So yeah, it's got a lot of Bane in it. So that's pretty cool. There you go. That's my recommendation. Movie wise, I haven't seen much since I still haven't finished All of Us Are Dead, the Korean zombie show, but that's been pretty cool. And I did watch one episode of Murderville with Conan O'Brien as the guy on that was trying to solve the case. That was pretty fun on Netflix. So
yeah, cool.
Those are recommendations, I guess. What do you got, Ryan?
I've been watching the new South Parks. Those have been really solid so far. So
nice.
Check that
That's
out
on Paramount Plus, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
However, I watch.
Too many.
Yeah.
They had like a big COVID movie, right? Or was it just like a special? Or
they just keep coming out with stuff like, and it seems like it's random times. I just catch a stream of it because like I never know when things are airing anymore.
Yep.
It's just like, oh, this comes out on a day, or the whole show comes out today in one place, or weekly on another. Like I can't keep track. Like, give me a channel to find, or just let me know when it comes out so I can, get a push notification and go find it. So, but and then in terms of movies, I did watch Fortress of America.
Okay.
It is just traumatastic. So you've got like mercenaries versus cops versus the town, and lots of just senseless violence and killing and random sex scenes interspersed because it's trauma.
Perfect.
And it's as good as you can imagine from trauma. So check it out. The transfer is gorgeous because it's Vinegar Syndrome and they don't mess around. And they just did a really, really great treatment. And it's a limited VSA. So it will sell out, and then people will pay more than they should. I'll just put it that way. Like some of these that I was talking about a year ago now, they're paying upwards of $150 now. And it was, with a subscription, like $25 or $28 on the sale or stuff like that. And now like people are paying like, 6 times that. So,
wow.
So check it out if it interests you, if you're into trauma. So Luke?
Yeah, so yesterday, yesterday in Japan, the Batman opened here for the first time, and I was looking. Okay, actually, before that, I was in Shinjuku, and I walked past the Toho, Toho IMAX theater. I had
Can I put a picture up?
Of course, please.
All right, cool. That Godzilla is pretty sick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I was just walking past it, and then because a buddy of mine wanted to show me, they used to have this big beer festival here. Anyway, I was like, I'm more interested in that fucking movie theater. And then I just kind of put together, like, wait a minute, Batman is open up. Maybe I should go see it. And so I looked at the times, and the first time was like at 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, that's crazy, because it's about an hour train ride away. But I'm still kind of jet lagged. So I woke up about 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting on this train. I'm taking the green car. I'm paying extra, and it's going to be great. And so I got there at 8:30. There was already a long queue line. Wow. I told you guys this story before, but I went and I was behind 2 ladies, and I said in my very shitty Japanese, "What's going on around here? What's
in that accent? Yeah.
Hey, what's happening? Well, konnichi, y'all.
Where's the movie at?
I'm an American.
I'm wearing shit. And basically, look at me. I'm human garbage. I basically said, is this the line to watch a movie or something? And they said, oh, yes. And then they said, oh, wait, no, this is not. They showed me a picture of this book. I'm like, oh, you're in line to buy some book. I don't need to do this. So I walked away. I went and picked up a Chew High, which is a very alcoholic drink, at a 7-Eleven at 8:30 in the morning. And I put it in my book bag. And,
now you're drunk in the wrong line.
I'm not drunk yet.
All right.
But I will.
I was going to wait until there was a sign that said opens at 8. So I was like, okay, I'll wait till 8. It was about 7:30 or 7:45. But then there's more people waiting in line. I'm like, wait a minute. I think this is the line to go see the movie. So I went back in line and a guy behind me came up and I put in my translating, is this the line to watch a movie? He's like, oh, of course. Yes. But yes, it is. Who told you otherwise? You're a dummy. Why did you get mad? Like, so it was not a big deal at all. There was a lot of people who went to go buy some book. I have no idea what it is. But then a lot of other people, I just went to the kiosk, got my ticket. And this is really just more about not the movie, but it's about my experience. So anyway, I went, I saw the movie in IMAX, and Chris told me and Sam told me how cool this IMAX laser hoobity whatever. It was very awesome. It was like it was pretty badass. I know you guys were talking about how dark the movie was. It was not dark at all to me. It was just like, it was perfect. Just everything was
crazy laser projection. So
yeah, it was, and the sound was amazing. The movie itself was awesome. I loved it. Like, I was thinking to like every Marvel movie ever. I'm like, every Marvel movie is fucking bubblegum trash compared to this movie. Like, it is so good. I like, it's a real movie. It's not like, I loved it. I'd go see it. I'm sure you will. Oh, yeah.
I saw
All right, let's see what Max has to say.
I saw it last night.
All right.
So I come from the place where Twilight was huge. Okay. It was huge. It was
Pattinson, man.
I'm sitting in my art class. Everyone's, oh my God, Robert Pattinson. And it's like, so I can't look at him the same as other people who don't come from that mindset, that like this person was like someone that people were fangirling over in a non-superhero way.
Even in Harry Potter, like, people squealed when he showed up on screen as Cedric Diggory when I saw that in the theater.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
Like, even because they loved the character so much, I guess. And he was, dreamy. So it was like,
yes. So okay. So I'm going into this movie with this mindset. This is my mindset, that this is like fangirl Robert Pattinson. Not freaking middle-aged bizarre Robert Pattinson with large forehead. Okay, brooding, just like kind of humpback of Notre Dame up the stairs, Robert Pattinson. So I am over here laughing my ass off at this movie. Freaking, oh my gosh, the scene. I was in tears crying, laughing so hard. He's on a friggin' FaceTime call and his freaking face is all up there. And I'm just like crying. I'm crying. Why is Batman doing a FaceTime call? I was just like, oh my God. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I laughed so hard at that. But as a whole, I felt like they took all of the things from the Keaton Batman and all of the things from the Christian Bale Batman, and he just kind of like did a nice little handshake and said, this is what makes sense from the both of these in a realistic world where it's grounded in reality. Like, this actually could be a really bizarre human that's doing some dark shit. This is actually like a town that's like going through transition and like trying to be a better town. And it's like, you can kind of see like realness in that whole environment. Whereas the Keaton one, it's very comic book. And then the other one is just like, it's so brooding. It's like, no one's that dark. No. Like,
I hear he does like actual detective work in this too.
Yes, he is a detective.
Yeah.
So it is a different take because he is a younger Batman. Like, he is not like the Bruce Wayne party, like going to parties Batman at all. Like, he is a recluse. Like, he doesn't go out. And people are like, holy shit, is that Bruce Wayne? I haven't seen,
Literally. And also, I like how he is a man.
they treat him as a man. He's not a he's a superhero, but like,
Okay.
he's a man who gets hit and it hurts. And he's like, oh, fuck. Like,
yeah, that sucks. Yeah.
oh, fuck. Like he crash lands, like, oh, you know, like, and he's like hobbling a little bit over it. But like every single casting I felt like was really like well cast. Like the person playing Penguin, very believable.
Farrell, which I didn't even know it was him. Yeah.
No idea.
The credits is like Colin Farrell was in this movie.
I know.
How's Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman?
She's amazing. She's great.
Loved her. I felt like it again, very believable kind of.
She's like a cat burglar more than like a superhero. It's really good.
Yeah, and I felt like what
like
a lot of these
series.
like these things
they've done
like
that before.
needing to like make this origin story. It's like we're all here. We know all these characters. We don't need
I'm done with the origin stories.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
don't need to see his parents get shot in an alley anymore. I'm good.
You don't.
I felt like it was all like that from that point where it's like you don't need all this backstory. We're all in the same environment. You're here because you want to watch Batman. Like, and it's Batman doing Batman in a way that was like nice and like satisfying.
I am so glad Ben Affleck dropped out. Like, can you imagine Ben Affleck's Batman would have been terrible. I'm so glad.
He's still got some other stuff going on, but like smaller stuff.
Have you seen Phantoms?
Yeah, you should check that out.
I mean, to be honest, it would have been good.
Oh my god!
Maybe we could have seen his back tat too.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, speaking of back tattoos, I saw Jackass Forever, which was a lot of fun. I don't know. It was playing on bass, and that's just okay. I love Jackass. I think it's great. I think it's like it's a new kind. It's a we're on 4 and it's been going forever, but it is a new kind of movie. Like there's no other movies like that. This kind of weird documentary stunt, whatever, where they're just bunch of guys making each other laugh. It is just it's pretty funny. That movie was like however long, and I could have kept watching for another 4 hours. Like it's just
those things fly in the theater.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's great.
The good thing is we'll probably get like a 0.5 of all the shit they had to cut, which makes it great because we end up with like 2 movies every time there's one. But do you think this is going to be the end?
No,
supposedly, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, they got new blood. They got some new guys, right?
Yeah, and they're fine.
They're bees. Right?
Did it seem like a handoff movie? Did you feel like
not at all? Not at all. It was it was more like Aaron McGeehee was he had the main parts. Like it was all about him getting destroyed. Like it was more Aaron than anybody else.
Yeah. So he kind of taking over for Dunn then? Dunn and Bam?
I guess so. I don't know. I didn't feel that way. They always kind of fucked with Aaron. So I was looking for Bam because I heard some of his stuff is in there. I went to go get popcorn at the very beginning during the opening credits for a second. He must have been in that second. I didn't see him at all. I did not see him. Hopefully, I hope they make another one. I hope Bam gets better and he gets back in there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of throwback stunts, and they made mention of that. They showed the original, and at the end they showed the new one, stuff like that. I've always loved it. I thought it's great. It's
nice. All right. Is that it for recommendations for everybody?
Was Lance Bangs in it?
He was. I did think about him.
He's a LaserDisc fan, so shout out to Lance.
He's probably
watching.
watching.
Watch this, but shout out.
Probably,
Hey, what's up, man?
I think his thing has always been that he throws up, right? And he
I love it.
Yeah, so the other camera guy has to camera to him while he's cameraing.
Oh, the funniest. Spoiler alert. But Preston, there's one scene where he shits his pants. He's like, I'm a grown man. I'm 51 years old. I just shit my pants. He feels so bad. He's like, what's wrong with me? I laughed so hard in that movie. Like it's great.
Not even surprised. None of that surprise.
Batman. I laughed a lot. Oh, okay. One more scene from Batman.
Yep.
So it's this very, extravagant, expensive, fiery shot with the emerging Batman from the flames, right? I'm not going to spoil the shot, but I will spoil this. Okay. He comes from this thing, and then it's like there's the car, it's upside down, and he peekaboos at it.
Oh, I love that.
It just made me laugh so hard because it's just like,
how's it going down there? Like it's just like just all of his angles were just like he's
I
still
loved
doing
his-
like Twilight still. Like it just felt like
I loved his Batmobile. His Batmobile was like made out of
Yes.
a Dodge Charger or some
That
shit. It was
also-
great.
totally felt more grounded in reality, even
Yeah.
though it's like whatever the back of the freaking jet
When I
engine.
was reading
Silly.
Yeah.
this, he's just got, it's like a Maserati, but it's just like a regular car in this too. So
Right.
Okay.
Definitely go see it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you
No,
too go see it
totally
so
worth
we can all talk about it.
Yeah.
we'll do.
Well,
Excellent.
I
All right.
have to have a night off on a Friday.
We got podcasts to do. Can't do it.
I got 5 weeks off, bro.
Yeah. All right. What's spinning next? Any final thoughts? I don't know what's spinning next for me. I gotta watch some LDs. It's been a while. So I did watch. Well, actually, no, I'd lie. I did watch that fireworks. So what did Luke send me that I haven't watched yet? Did I watch it all? I don't know. What do you got, Ryan?
Please watch that
Right.
freaking one with the football. Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
watch both
Yeah.
of these. Like, there's no doubt. Like, the next week, it's maybe the day after Mario Day. Right now,
Wow.
I'll be spinning them. You'll see them on LDS,
All right.
and maybe we'll pick another topic by then, or someone will pick it in the comments for us.
Yeah. I mean, we have a new topic like every minute in the chat, but then it just turns us into like reading someone's filmography, and then that's it.
I know.
Yeah, well, we've got one coming up in April, but we're waiting for someone to go on paternity leave.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be good. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then maybe we'll do a throwaway, like not throwaway, but something a little easier that we don't have to prep as much for.
No, there's a lot of prep for these ones with the
The 4-hour
yeah.
film rundown.
I mean,
It's fun.
not everyone's gonna have the John Carpenter
Sure.
depth in length. Like,
Yeah,
this is
Robin
pretty-
Williams just got the pick 3.
Yeah.
That guy's got to up his game.
I think I was John Carpenter complete, minus the one that Ryan unearthed. So
Yeah, you really brought the thunder. So,
Right.
Yeah, you better get that Silence of the Hams.
yeah, I'm feeling a little
We're not.
I have a hole in my collection now.
yeah,
I gotta
that's
find a Laura Mars or not. I don't know.
I need a Laura
Oh,
Mars
but
too. Yeah.
I
Okay.
kind of feel like I'd almost rather have the Blu-ray since like it's kind of dark in some scenes and a little grainy.
I've got the 2 DVD special edition, which is pretty badass. So I've been fine with that for a couple of years. So.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
There's like an Arrow, but I'd rather just get like the US like $8 pressing.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, I got the DVD at a flea market for like $1, and it's got like commentary track and like 2 discs and shit, and I don't know, something like that.
sweet.
All right, what's spinning next, Max?
I think I'm gonna go with Assault.
Yes, 100.
Hell yeah.
It's been too long, and everyone was hyping that one. The second contender on that one, I feel like I've gotta kind of revisit this one.
Yeah, it's a good late night.
Yeah.
one.
It seems
Yeah.
it seems like I really need to get back to that one. Or I mean, there's a lot of John Carpenter ones that you guys were like talking up. Like, I mean, for sure, Invisible Man. Like, is on
Yeah,
the
check that out. I think you'll
watch
dig it.
list now, too.
Cool. Do you get to watch any LDs in Japan, Luke?
No, come on, no.
You didn't just like pick up a player at like a
Yeah.
junk shop for like 60
Yeah, but then
yen.
I'd have to grab.
You can
I
give it
could.
to that.
I've thought about that, but
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna do it.
You just buy one and leave it in the
donate it?
hotel room.
Probably could.
That'd be amazing.
So I feel pretty lucky that the Batman came out when I was here because all the other movies that we're playing are very Japanese. The only other movie I might go see is that Death on the Nile. I don't know. I might go.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's gonna be cool.
That
Yeah.
would be good.
Yeah. So, any other big movies coming out in the next few
mean,
weeks?
In April, the Nick Cage movie's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is coming out? I don't know. It's cool though. And you can't go to the Spirited Away play, right? We tried to get you to go to that.
No, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah. It's gonna be sold out. Yeah.
Excuse me. One
What's the
ticket,
line?
please. Just one-
For the Ghibli.
love
I
the
am an
cartoons.
American.
Yeah.
Where do I
Everybody-
get to budge in front of you?
My kid loves these fancy cartoons of yours.
Yeah, unlike
Help
the
me.
enemy.
Yeah.
Help me in every way. I am white and entitled. So
Yeah.
no.
Don't you see my sweatpants? I'm from somewhere else.
Yeah. Sweatpants. That is the
That's
dress
an
code.
American tuxedo.
Yep.
I have a 2-piece matching sweatsuit from Bum Equipment. Don't you see where I'm from?
Boop, boop, boop. Yep.
It's 2 sizes too large. but the drawstring pulls it in.
It's one size fits all. And I'm all.
So good. All right, cool. I think we're wrapping up, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Ooh.
Bye to Spencer. You're
Oh,
still
yeah, bye.
commenting. Sorry, I banned you last time.
That was amazing.